We're live. What's up, everybody? How we doing? Spencer, Mitch, Ryan, Zunaid. How was y'all's this Monday?
It was pretty good, actually.
It wasn't as good as Mac Jones. I wish I could throw 3 passes and win a football game, a professional football game.
Well, I gotta say that was a coaching masterpiece by Bill Belichick. But
the good news is you don't have to throw any passes to win the day, Zunaid. You only need to make one trade to win your day. That's
very true.
That's the good news.
The bad news is that trade could also be a turnover. So
that's it. That's the bad news right there. We are at an interesting time here. Obviously, a lot of reversals in the last 24 hours. We'll talk about that. We'll see what the guys think. And yeah, that'll be the plan for the next hour and a half, 2 hours. So should we start the show?
Sure.
Start the show. Let's do it. Welcome, everyone, by the way. Hello, everyone in chat. Christian, Patty Stocks, James, Roy, Tommy, George, Matty Ice, WK. What's up? What's up? What's up? Let's do this.
Winner, winner, chicken dinner. Those words have been dancing around my head all night. Oh, it's Vegas lore, that phrase.
Kiana.
Fisher.
Joy.
Joe. Cards drawn are the past, ones to come are future.
And the best part, it's beatable.
All right.
What's going on? Let's get started.
Who wants to start?
I will.
Ryan's coming hot today.
I'm coming in hot today, guys.
Yeah.
All right, so we're going to take a look at a couple of things here. We're going to take a look at a couple of stocks that have really set up for some good trades for us recently. We're going to keep going back to the well until the well is dry. So we're going to start here with Apple. One of the things that we saw on Apple yesterday was a really nice push up. We got a nice gap up this morning. So I want to see where this actually trades. In an ideal situation, this would actually come back in a little bit off of the open and give us a better opportunity. But looking forward here, looking at some levels, I went ahead and I actually used the trend-based fib extension that's built into Benzinga Pro, and I took it from the coronavirus low to the first high that it set back in the same year in September, and then I dragged that back down to the corrective move that it made right after that, and it gave me some levels here that I thought were quite interesting because clearly the stock followed these levels over the next year, and we find ourselves right here at the 0.786 ratio here on this fib extension. So if we extend this a little bit, I think if you were swinging this before the end of the year, 187 is going to be possible or thereabouts. Let's call it 185 and be a little bit more conservative. So here we are sitting at 169. Nice. I think 185 might be possible. So let's see where we end up going if we do in fact get a Santa Claus rally. The other thing is I think that a lot of funds and institutions are probably done tax harvesting for the rest of the year. So this sets up nicely for our thesis on the Santa Claus rally. Of course, that's not a guarantee, but we'll take a look and see if that actually materializes. Apple would be one of the stocks that I would love to swing in that case. And don't forget, just a couple of days ago, we got some fear news about how Apple's demand for the phones is going to be lower and blah, blah, blah. And here we are today, several points higher. So just goes to show you what some of those news stories actually mean. One of the other stocks I want to take a look at was Square. This is going to be one of the darlings in the payment processor. What's wrong? What's wrong?
No, nothing. Keep going. You're just poo-pooing all over everything, but okay.
Yeah, let's go, Ryan. It's fake and garbage. Yeah, I am going to poo-poo over that.
Okay,
that's right.
Okay.
That news story was trash.
We don't hold back here.
So Square here, we actually bounced off a really, really crucial support level here at 171. I actually used the fib retracement tools. This is a little bit different, and I did this to the downside from the recent high to the bounce point that we had here, just to give me an idea of some other levels here. So it looks like the next level to the upside, 199. I'd like to see us take that that out, that actually lines up with some of the former support that we had here back in January of this year, then March of this year, then late March of this year, then in May. So I want to see if we can clear that area out. That should give us the green light for going higher. Then a couple of the stocks off the movers tool here that I want to take a look at. This is at ticker SYTA, Seattle Mobile. This is nothing more than a day trade for me. Some pretty well-defined levels here. This normally trades 3.1 million shares, has already traded 8.2. So good news here. I'd like to actually see this come in towards 420 before bouncing to the next level higher. But I basically just outlined some support and some resistance levels here on this one. And then finally, the last name here is MDB, right? This is Mongo database. This actually had a gigantic beat yesterday. And what was interesting here for me is that we actually gapped through this entire section of price discovery, right? So this goes back to September of this year. Basically, we just gapped over the last 3 months worth of price action. It looks like we want to go back towards the highs. We're up, 90 points here this morning. So I want to see how this actually reacts out of the open when the volume shows up.
Nice. And Ryan, I'll just add on the Apple thing, there actually was a report yesterday, I think it was last night, from Mac Rumors that reported that Apple is actually increasing their iPhone shipments by 30% in the first half of next year. And so it sort of that headline flies against the headline from last week.
I was going to say, how could this be, though, Spence? Didn't we just have a headline telling us?
Yeah.
How could this be?
Listen.
Oh,
man,
right. Okay.
Listen, man. I don't know. Don't shoot the messenger.
No. I'm dramatizing how some of these news stories can be completely bunk.
Yeah. You're right. Okay. Zunaid has, I think, a lot of similar ideas as you today. Ryan, you want to go, Zunaid?
Yeah, I do. I'll go ahead and recap a couple of things as well as hopefully the echo goes away, and it does. Perfect. Apple, we've already talked about it, but we've been telling you guys about this dark pool for the past maybe 4 or 5 trading days at that 165 level, 165.30 exactly. And just look how well that 165 level held yesterday. Twice you got yourself a bounce right off of there. And if you wanted to swing it, if you wanted to day trade it, you got at least 1 point. And obviously if you swung it, you got a little bit more. DT was another stock that we talked about, options coming in a few days ago around this fib level. And again, it tested it, couldn't really break it. And now it's going to open up around $60 or so. So that'll be really nice. So what am I looking at? If it comes back and tests $60, I would love to kind of go long on this one. Depending on, I don't know what the true range on this one is. I'll have to see if it kind of moves enough for me to go ahead and get some options. But that's definitely something I'm keeping an eye on. NVIDIA's at that $300 level. Or excuse me, 309. I don't know why TradeView is telling me 300. Maybe that was the close yesterday. If NVIDIA can kind of hold 305s or especially this low of 308, I might get some long. The main concern right now is the market's already up so much that it's kind of like, how much more can we actually continue going? That's my biggest concern. Does anyone else kind of have that concern, or is that just me?
No, I'm concerned across the board here. So it's not just you.
Yeah, it's like, how much higher can we go? Is this kind of like we gap up and then we kind of come on down? But anyway, Tesla was something else that I got a chance to trade yesterday. As you can see, I drew this little whatever that is. Got to the $1,000. It went all the way above. It's gonna go ahead and gap up here. 1050. If it can go ahead and break above 1050. I might try to get some contracts, possibly the 1150s. Just depends on how expensive they are. But as you can see already in pre-market, that 1050 area is struggling a little bit. So over that, I would want to go ahead and participate in that. For SPY, possibly long over 165.12 if we can go ahead and get over there. If we can't, I'm going to go short below 162.33, we'll call it. So I've got alerts set on all of that.
Nice. Mitch, you want to go?
Yeah, let's go. Let's do this. All right, guys. So definitely want to say first, Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas. I couldn't have the big Christmas tree that I normally have because I'm in my office now. But definitely shout out here. There you guys have it. Christmas tree. let's go ahead and see what we got here in the market. Let's go and look for some trades. So yesterday, residential construction did really well. So KBH on watch, LEN. This is why you got to be flexible. Really, I'm kind of negative in the housing market here. But as you guys can see, the stocks are ripping. So either way, I feel doesn't mean the way I'm going to trade here. Trading wise, LEN definitely looking like it's pushing. Keep these on watch. A couple other ones that you can watch. Zillow has been bouncing back. Look for this one to continue running. It did do that kind of the 3 advancing soldiers there. We'll see if it gets through 63 today. Open also reversing. I think this was also based off of that kind of residential construction move that you're seeing. So maybe opens a play today above 16. We'll see if this can make that move. Some other plays that you guys can watch today. I'm definitely going to be watching also a building materials play. This is CRH. I'm going to be looking for it to push on up through. If construction is going to do well, then I think the building materials will continue to do well also. DKNG catching a bid yesterday, Penn catching a bid yesterday. We'll see if those can continue to push and keep on moving. I think you really need to watch software infrastructure. I mentioned it on Money Mitch. That's my focus for today. If software infrastructure can make a green day, I think we'll end up green on the day. And if we can't, then I think this is what's going to break. This one has come down really hard the last couple of days. Did catch a nice bit bounce yesterday. Of course, names in this industry are like Microsoft, Adobe. Look at this Adobe chart. It kind of did a really hard downturn to 610, bounced back about 40 points. Let's see if it tries that 610 again. If it does, you could see the Qs kind of crack down. We'll see what happens today. I know that a lot of people were bullish yesterday on that push. I think we might get a pullback today, so just be careful out the opens. We'll see what happens.
All right. What I want to add for today is pretty simple, which is like it feels like every single stock is trading higher this morning. That's not true, obviously, but it feels that way, right? You got a couple of stocks trading down, but none of interest, right? Everything is basically up today. So with that being said, here's my thoughts on how to approach today. You lean on the pre-market high and yesterday's close. Those are like the levels that you lean on as like your most important thing. So for example, I'm going to look Ryan mentioned Apple today, right? Okay. So Apple, actually Apple is a bad example because it's held up relatively well. Let's look at MongoDB, MDB. Okay. Good example. So MongoDB was 590, right? Like what, a month ago? Got down to 417 yesterday, and today we're up $100 from there. So your pre-market high in MongoDB today is 524. I basically just want to see, like, if you're going to take longs, you take longs above 524 or even above the open if you're open around 520, right? The pre-market high and your open are sort of like my bogeys for everything today, right? Everything growth, because everything growth is trading higher. MongoDB trading higher. All the SPACs, right? ARKK, all the Cathy Wood stocks, everything trading higher. The pre-market high and your open are my bogeys for the day. If you fall below those, because part of me does think like this is just a bounce. This is just a short-term bounce. You know what I mean? Like I'm not that quick to call the bottom like that. It's never that easy. And if I'm wrong, then that means I will have missed the bottom, right? But like I was pretty bullish last week. We had a few down days in a row, right? And I'm not quite ready to call the bottom here. So I'm like cautiously optimistic. I'm still bullish long term. Short term, though, I mean, what really has changed from yesterday to the day before? We kind of knew that the Omicron variant wasn't as deadly already, so we still have a Fed meeting next week. We still have CPI this week. We still have options expiration next Friday. I'm still like short term very, very cautious here. You fall below the open, you fall below the pre-market high of the day, or even if you fall below the close of yesterday, that's a bad sign for me. So I'm kind of using those numbers across the board. I'm applying them to everything today to sort of gauge how I feel about things and whether I'd be willing to take longs or even take shorts.
So was it a present yesterday? Is that what you're saying? Was it a present?
Yesterday was a huge gift, but like I would not be willing to chase like Intel at 55 right now. I don't know if I want to chase that at 55. I could get talked into Intel at like, the close, which is 51, right? I could get talked in maybe at the pre-market low, which is like 54-ish. I don't know. But basically those are the three things. Like you want to see, did your stock, did it hold the open? Did it hold the pre-market high? Did it hold the close? Yesterday's close. If it can't hold the close, get out. Is basically what I'm saying here today. That's my thought.
Hey, not bad to watch. You guys got there. Spencer's been on point, so watch those three things that he just mentioned.
Yeah.
Let's keep watching the market overall. I mean, at the end of the day, one thing that's leading into the rest of the week is the CPI number, right? I think that could be definitely something that could hurt us in the market. That's why I'm still bearish. I know that someone mentioned that I was bearish in the chat. It's because of CPI. I do expect to see inflation still rising, and that's a really bad sign for the market, as I think you're going to start seeing the Feds start pushing against inflation. And then next week we have that Fed meeting, right? Next week is the Fed meeting on Wednesday.
Yes.
And so I'm expecting them to actually push more on the tapering and maybe even bring up a potential interest rate hike in maybe Q1. We'll see.
I guess here's my broader point, right? Is like, here's Peloton, for example. You really Peloton's up this morning, right? It's up. It's up a couple bucks, right? You really think like this is the bottom? It could be the bottom, right? But this is a stock that's gotten punished all year. The odds of a bottom just happening like that, it's never that easy, right? Like DraftKings, up $5 this morning. Let's look at DraftKings. It's had a good couple of days, no doubt. But it takes more than that to change trend, right?
I mean, especially in terms of DraftKings, it didn't on, November 4th when it did that.
Yeah.
It didn't on May 21st.
Yeah.
It didn't on July 21st. So
I think I would much rather sell the rip than chase the rip.
Well, so we're trading, right? That's what you're talking about here, Spence. This is what makes a market. And I was, Thad was saying earlier, with his comment, Benzinga doesn't think the market can go up or something like that. I just drew you a scenario where risk is leaving the market such that we can actually see the Santa Claus rally. So I don't know if that's going to happen. Your points about the Fed and interest rates, those are good points. And I don't know what the future is going to hold, but I'm going to try to react to what I'm seeing. I will say that we just got shelled and now we seem to be bouncing back. So I'm going to stay with the trend and I'm going to try to use different levels to give me a good idea on an entry. And you know what, Spence, to your point, if it's a short-term trade, then it's a short-term trade. Keep the profit in my pocket, protect the capital, and move on till we can find a situation where swinging is more palatable.
For sure. Yeah. Short-term trades, is one thing. I got no problem with taking a long and getting out, a half hour, like, buying Apple at 9:30 today, getting out at 9:40, right? And making a few points on the upside. I got no problem with that. I'm saying though, like, if you're positioning yourself as like, oh wait, the bottom is in, then please be careful. Is mostly what I'm saying. Okay, it's 9:24. Real quickly, let's just take a quick look at what is going on in the world of crypto today, and we'll do our first crypto update of the day. Oh no, where's my crypto update video? It's not here. I have to go over here. That's not it. Here it is. I mean, it's reflecting the stock market. What can you say, right? What can you say? There's green everywhere. Everything is up. I wasn't kidding when I said that. Everything is up.
This is a big reason why I don't think Bitcoin's a hedge, because every time I see the market rip, I see Bitcoin rip also. So
I agree with you in the short term. In the short term, it is not a hedge. In the long term, I think that remains to be seen. But yeah, short term, definitely not. Crypto moves with risk assets. When growth stocks go up, when Cathie Wood stocks go up, Bitcoin goes up, ETH goes up, they all go up. and vice versa, right? So, wait, Roy, what did you say first? Sorry, I want to give you credit if you said something that I repeated. But yeah, I mean,
it's not always easy to follow the chat. Sometimes you can lose comments. I'm not
oh,
the only one.
yeah, guys, yeah, that's something like I feel like we don't say that enough. Like we try, like we're all looking at like 4 or 5 screens. I have 4 screens. I don't know how many screens these guys have. Right, I'm looking at 4 screens plus the chat. Right, I mean, it's difficult to keep tabs sometimes. So forgive us if we miss your comment. That being said, with regards to crypto, gosh, I think the only way to actually trade this thing is to just use some technical indicators or something, or dollar cost average your way into it. But I got no insights here. It's a wicked bounce across the board for everything. So if you want some free Bitcoin, here's what you have to do. You go to the Voyager app, right? You use the offer code ZING, ZING, and you fund your account with $100. Make your first trade. They'll give you $50 in free Bitcoin. Check it out, Voyager. Check it out. We got some tunage. I like it. We got some tunes.
There you go. Let's get the tunes going. You guys let us know if the music is too loud. I definitely will probably be changing it up about midday, but definitely smash on the like. One to keep on.
Hold on. Sorry, Kunga just asked for like the Kunga. You mean the XLF and the XLK? Is that what you mean? I hope.
Can please give me the tickers for the financials?
The XLF and the XLK, I think.
Oh no, but I know what he's trying to do. So if you want, go to your main screen and you can pull up the standard of TC, and you want to go towards the bottom of it, and you'll be able to find the drill down tab.
Mitch, we got 2 minutes. You want to share your screen and show him?
Oh wait, his screen is shared. Here we go.
Hold on, it's on a different screen. That tab. That's why.
No. He's referring to the sectors. So here, I'll drop him.
Yeah. But here you go. So this is the main screen of TC. If you go down to the bottom, you go to what's called the drill down. This is how I made this. So you'll see the industries on the right-hand side, the sectors, industry, and stocks on the right. So this is how they have it set up. I just put a chart in the middle and pull it to the left, push all this to the right. So just if you guys want to set up your screen like I have mine.
All right. It is 9:28. We got a minute and a half left in the pre-market session. If you haven't already, drop us a like. We'd appreciate that. We appreciate any and all likes, as always. Kunga, I'll drop you a link as well.
Yeah, we need to get to 200 before the bell, guys. We got over 723 people. We need some more likes. Smash on up. I'm going to call out this one, ISIG. One of our chat members actually caught this trade yesterday, was able to nail this trade, ISIG. So I'm going to be watching this today. It is pulling back in pre-market, a big pullback in pre-market. We're going to look to see if what happens is it go down towards this 950, or do we push back above 13 and then start pushing back towards 15? This one was a hot mover yesterday. Went from pretty much $7 up to 15. So big move. We'll see if this one can keep holding kind of the pullbacks right now and then just push on up towards 12 out the gates. This is ISIG.
ISIG, also the number 1 trending stock on Benzinga Pro this morning. It is the most searched ticker on our platform. ISIG. Followed by Lucid, followed by Tesla, for those wondering. Winner pegs, tacos getting acquired. No trades there. Going off the board at 12.51. So it's priced a little bit below that right now, but there's no trade to be made in taco. If you own it, congratulations. If you don't own it, there's no point in buying it. Unless the deal doesn't go through, in which case you short it. But that ain't going to happen.
Yeah. Matterport, good call out there, Vic. Matterport definitely. Good luck, folks.
And here is our
right. Also going to be watching Tesla. I want to see if it flushes down immediately out the gates. I might get short on Tesla. We'll see what happens here.
All right, let's go over to the scanner in Benzinga Pro. See what's moving from the open. The rest of these guys are going to
actually
look at their own stuff.
STRN out the gate right away.
Yeah, it got perky through 6 way too quick for me.
Man.
You were watching the same things, Zunaid. That's awesome.
Yeah. I wanted to get in that pre-market, but I just didn't know if it was going to flush down to the 555s. That's what I was hoping for. But yeah, you're right. Just blasted through 6.
That's exactly when I see setups like that. That's exactly what I wait for too. We didn't get it. We showed some discipline by not chasing. Wait for the new
Yeah,
setup.
let me see. You've got. Let me see. Let me go to my 3 screen.
Ron, good to see you this morning. Good luck, my man. You've been killing it recently, guys. Ron has been all over the place, on fire.
All right.
All right, I'm going to grab a small size in STRM. My stop loss will be below 550, so I am risking approximately 30 cents or so. No clue if this trade is necessarily going to work out or not. I do like the EMA there, and that was a weird.
Whoa, that was weird.
Whoa.
Hey, for those interested on the STRN thing, if you're, if you actually want to learn a little bit about the company, not just trade it, which is fine. You can just trade it if you want. But I did interview the the co-founder of Strand & Co. last Thursday. I just put the link to that interview in chat if you want to check that out. But we did have him on the channel last Thursday. STRN. I think Mitch's system just crashed, which is why.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that, guys.
That's that echo thing. That's
that's what you guys are getting, that little computer sound.
Gotcha.
I had not, at least my computer didn't crash, just a program.
Gotcha.
Let's see what else we have today. We've got call out stuff as you see it.
I'm liking Tesla here, but I can't get in my computer to work. Right?
Yeah, so basically just broad-based weakness off the board, like MongoDB, for example, right? Just got below 500, opened at 520, got below 500.
Let's see what else we've got. Nvidia's already over that level. Ooh, DT. Excuse me, sir.
Music too loud? You guys let me know.
Now we're good. We're good. Intel, which is up big because of the Mobileye news, looking to test 54, opened at around 55. Blaze says space is moving. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Look at space. Gosh, what a piece of crap stock. Anyway.
Tell us you invested in space without tell us you invested in space.
I didn't invest in space.
Spy. Where's Spy? That's not Spy. That's QQQ. Spy went ahead. I got an alert that it was over the 465. That would be correct. Let's see what the Spy contracts look like.
Interesting dip off the open. Interesting. In JD, we basically got down to yesterday's close right off the open and then bounced.
E-Trade just doesn't want to. Is anyone else's in the chat E-Trade Pro messing up? Great, good God, come on.
Right, the worst time to
the open, man. It is the worst time for that to happen.
So dumb, bro. By the way, I am thinking about switching to like interactive brokers, especially for the direct access and things like that. If anyone has any strong negative comments, please let me know now and or later.
So basically, he's looking for you to talk him out of it. So if you can do that, go ahead.
I'm just saying. And of course, my E-Trade tells me that STRN is at 576, but my trading view tells me it's at 544. So I am out of the trade because I have no idea what is happening in my life.
What's
STRM?
What's 30 cents among friends,
man? But anyway, I am out. I apologize. My E-Trade's all over the place, but I am out with an L.
Talk to me, Goose. I put the link in the chat right there. I saw your question. I got you.
All right, just to mention, remember before the open, I mentioned look for software and infrastructure, right? So Adobe pushing up there 4% out the gates. That's a good sign for the bullish market move because this one had a really bear market move before and then really reversed. We'll see if it holds on up here. We want to see it break through 650 and then maybe hold that 650 on the push.
Okay, so basically here's the plan, right? You got a number of stocks that have bounced off the open, right? That have gone higher the last day or two and have gone higher again this morning. I'm looking at Bumble, looking at Match, right? I'll pull my screen here. So Bumble, right? This is the plan. The open is your bogey, right? So where are we at? Our open 35.75 on Bumble. So we're a buck higher than that right now. MTCH, same story. Your open is your bogey. You fall below. I'm bullish as long as you hold the open. You fall below the open, run. Don't walk. is my thought. What else
Lots
do we
of
have here?
green on the screen, man. My entire main watch list is green.
Yeah, every sector
That's dropping faster.
every sector is up today except for utilities. Now utilities is up. So yes, every sector is higher. Again,
Yeah, I'm gonna point to the percentage from the open so that we can see if we go towards the red. So technology is at 1.57, basic materials at 1.29, healthcare is at 1.02, and those are the top 3 sectors from the open based off that percentage. This is not just the overall percentage, this is from the open. We'll see if those continue to run.
And looking at the indices, the SPY and the Dow are right at highs. NASDAQ a little bit off the highs. Looks like some of the boats kind of pulled back. Some of the airlines pulled back off that recent run, but still holding in there, holding above yesterday's close as well. Apple pushing up, Square pushing up. So all of those seem to be moving in the direction that we had pegged early on here. And I want to take a look at the IWM here because the small caps really got destroyed. IWM up and still pushing up. That's good to see. Still in that channel. You can see this push up towards 230. It's 7 points away. Still looking around.
we're getting some good feedback in the chat on the music. This is our first day doing it, so we will improve as always.
It's not our first, but we'll get it better.
Second, whatever.
Well, I'm gonna change it up. It might be where the music is coming from, so let me just change it up, see if I can fix it here.
GNRC, PJ pointing out, Generac. Yeah. Nice move off the open.
We've got about 2 minutes before the first 10-minute candle closes. I'm keeping an eye on SPY, the 465 level. See if it.
Whoa.
Well, I mean, that's just because how it started. I
Mitch,
can't,
what the
can't
hell,
control
man?
that.
To
Can't
see if
control
it closes below or above it. Looking at STRN as well, just to see how it behaves. For now, it looks like it spiked to that 540 level, and that's what it's doing at the moment. But that's what I'm keeping an eye on.
All right, guys, let me know on the volume level now. And
It's a smidge loud. A smidge
Yeah.
loud.
how's that?
A little better.
Much better.
Neo is bleeding off for some reason. Look at that.
How are Fangs doing? Okay. Fangs are okay.
And Jimmy is strong out the gate too.
Jumia was, yeah. It's a great call out there, Ryan, because I saw that this morning as well.
And there's more volume now confirming that move. So
What a rip in Jumia. This thing's been left for dead this year.
What was it at yesterday? Oh, around 11.
looks like this is moving off Black Friday headlines.
You see, that's
It's trying to go.
But that's just an excuse.
Yeah.
Right? We all know. I'm not doubting the validity of the headline, but that's just an excuse. That's something for people to tie it to. No, what this is a dead cat bounce. That's exactly what this is.
Well, we just.
I mean, if you take a look at the daily, to your point, Spence, look at this daily chart. This thing has been absolutely destroyed. So a bounce at some point seems prudent. I would have guessed a little bit lower for that bounce, but hey, we're getting it now.
We made a new all-time low. Oh no, we didn't. Not a new all-time low. I'm sorry. We made a new 52-week low yesterday. So all-time low was made last year. But yeah, gosh. Jumia went from 2 to 69 back to 9 in the span of 2 years. Crazy. Anyway.
There goes SYTA Mobile. Seattle Mobile. This is one we took a look at here. And so what happened here on this one really took out 475, and then on the open there was just straight green candle right through 514. Looks like it back tested that 514 level and continued higher. Here we are up above 6. So this, I wouldn't chase this. I'd actually wait for this to set up again. But if you had this in the pre or out the open, you're already in profit. I'd trim and trail on that one.
I'm going to go ahead and grab some SPY calls. As I said, I was waiting to see if that 10-minute would close above 465. So I am in the SPY 466 calls, got in at $1.65. It is about 7 cents above since I started talking. So if you want, wait for a pullback. My stop loss will be below 464.33. So you're looking at about a 70-cent risk. But yeah.
Guys, I'm focusing way too much on the music, so I just paused it.
Yeah, that's fine.
That's
Well, you know what,
I
Mitch?
can't even trade.
Mitch, you and I will do some testing later, and we'll.
Yeah, that's a good idea, Spence.
Yeah, we'll knock it out.
Yeah, it's just the hard part with it just being live and going through a whole bunch of audio cables.
Weakness today.
My
Weakness
Tesla.
today in China. Weakness today in GitLab. I'm saying off the open is what I mean. Weakness in a number of Chinese names. Neo, somebody mentioned. JD, I mentioned. Tesla, somebody mentioned. AMC's down off the open a little bit, just a smidge, nothing crazy. GitLab, GTLB, which just
ISIG down from the open.
you've got Apple approaching 170 in life.
So your utilities just turned red there a moment ago. So your XLU and all your big utility stocks can move with that, right? So I'm looking at
got into just got a starter in RAD. I'm gonna look to add at VWAP here.
Good old Rad. Love Rite Aid.
Old RAD. All right, so I put this one out on Money Mitch yesterday that I was watching WBA and RAD.
Yep.
RAD had the better kind of momentum reversal on the daily, so I was going to look for that to have the momentum. WBA would want to see it up on the day, so let's keep it holding that VWAP. Just took 100 shares on RAD. Going to look to add there at 1275 if we can come back down, but we'll look for the push through 13 today. Let's see what happens.
BHG pushing the highs here. Interesting.
Oh, nice call out, Hertz Scrambler. The trade desk. I looked at that one for a hot second.
Well, you saw ISIG run yesterday. That was an advertisement stock, so maybe TDTD.
The trade desk up above 95 again.
Also look at MG&I. That one's been really weak. You see
This is
stuff also. We got in those relationships, guys.
This is so tough, though. I'll pull up the trade desk here. It's so tough. Like, what do you do here, right? Because it's like we went from 115 about down to how low did we get? 80, 85, and now we're $10 off that. So we're sort of like you get people that look at this gap and say, "Oh, I want to play it all the way back up to the upside to up to 110." And you don't want to miss that, but you also don't want to chase this gap right there. So it's tough. That's why I'll just lean on the open or the pre-market low. What's the pre-market low today? Let me go to a 15-minute chart. 90. What is that? 250 about. What's the close yesterday? 89. It's trade desk, man. That's tough.
Wells Fargo, for those who care to trade this one, I am not going to get in this trade, but you have the April 14th of next year calls coming in, the $55 strike. They paid about $1.3 million on Wells Fargo, and you can see Wells Fargo in the middle of my chart. They came in around this candle, so just a minute ago, and it's had a nice response to it so far. But again, not something I'm trading, but if anyone else out there wants to, just an FYI for y'all.
No, I'm with you on that, Zunaid. The banks are tough, man. Banks
I'm not playing with that.
I watch them, and when I see stuff like that, I take note of it too, but I just don't trade them.
All right, guys, we'll look for a VWAP bounce here in Tesla and maybe get short. It looked like it was trying to break down. We'll see what happens.
All right. Oh, it's 9:45. All right, guys, I got to hop. All right.
See ya.
Keep doing what you're doing. I'll see you guys on Benzinga Live. Have a good one.
Take care, Spence.
All right.
Apple. Now at that 170.50 level, SPY's cranking up as well. On those contracts, you're up about 25% to go ahead and scale out some on those contracts. Sorry, I'm keeping an eye on Apple to see what I want to do. Let me remove this.
Apple, that says here comes 170.30s. Gene talking about 170. Arthur, what you doing? How we doing?
I mean, it's already at all-time highs now, I believe. I think it was 170.30 that was all-time highs. Now it's above 170.50. Let's see.
Man, what's going on in AHI?
AHI had a really nice move towards the 6. Oh, excuse me. You went ahead and punched through it.
Yeah, I was going to say on volume,
didn't even
too,
see
that's what
that.
drew my attention to it.
All right, so now, okay, I'll tell you what. Small size, because just to have a little bit of fun, I'm going to go ahead and set a limit order at $6.05 if I can get it. And as soon as I place it, it blasts above 650. So screw you too, AHI.
Hey, at least you're trying.
I am. And the reason I'm taking it here, you know what? For anyone that's curious why. 1, it's a whole number. So I do like the $6 support. 2, you can see it's the previous close. 3, it's near VWAP. So for me, those 3 things would be beneficial, but AHI halted to the upside. Only trade that I am in at the moment is in SPY, and those contracts are up about 27%. So
yeah, I'm actually not in anything new here. Market is up 400 points, really not trying to chase after the green candles. We had talked about a couple of stocks that I wanted to see come back in for day trades. That didn't happen. That's okay, right? I'm willing to wait that out here. And some of the, just some of the stuff that I'm already in, doing well today. So just going to keep trucking along here.
I am going to close out my position up about 40% on these contracts in SPY. I'll tell you what, I'll close out on all but maybe like 2 of them. And the 2 that I won't close out on, I will have a stop loss set at 145 on those contracts. So I'm risking about maybe 17 cents for those couple of contracts, but I am out on the SPY contracts and I no longer have any trades. So I lost about what I lose. I lost about 34 cents, I think, on STRN, and then we just made up a nice $1 and some change on the SPY. Let's go. Neo is just dumping.
All right, guys, going to go ahead and add here on RAD here, adding right now at 81s. All right, so VWAP bounce trade, trying to get on RAD here. We'll see if we're able to nail this VWAP bounce trade here. So we wanted to get back up to do 13 here. We'll see what happens on RAD.
Yep, nice job. Arthur, excuse me. Geez, Arthur saying Russell Index going up here. I pulled up the IWM. We are strong out of the gate here. I think that would actually help your RAD trade as well, Mitch. So keep an eye on that. See
definitely, I'll keep the IWM up. Appreciate you.
I've got
AMD
a limit
being called out by Noah. Sorry about that.
You're good. Good.
AMD being called out.
Let's take a look.
Yeah.
AMD was really kind of taken down from its highs. Nice to see it bounce here. We'll see if this actually continues. Realistically, we really need to take back 150 for the bulls to get excited about another move towards the top. So
that Wells Fargo. Let's see what I think. Wells Fargo is now at 49.90s. So yeah, you could have had a nice 30-cent scalp, but not something I'm going to do. I was waiting for Apple to come back. So I've got a limit order set at 170.10 and then 170.03 to get some fills on the buy side just to get like a 30-cent scalp. But so far, Apple is just not trying to come all the way down. Your VWAP isn't till, I think, like the 169.70 area. But I was trying to get a scalp in. Nothing. No dice for me. Tesla is still playing with that.
This morning.
What was that?
BBIG.
BBIG
making a move out of the open. Yeah, just one of our old friends here.
Let's see what else we got going on.
got asked to take a look at SYTA here. We had actually looked at this pre-market spot here. Would have been the day high, which it took right out of the open, kind of consolidated right above it around that 530 area and made the next push up. To be honest with you, to me, it feels like this trade's already gone. This would have been a short-term trade for me, so I feel like I've already missed it. Part of my rules are not to chase a bunch of green candles. You're looking for like a high at daybreak or some level 2 stuff. But realistically, if this started to form, another one of these flags here, maybe it would take the next leg up. I'd rather wait for this to pull down to a support area. Like I'd rather wait for this to pull to 6, hold, and look like it wants to reverse with some momentum. That would be a decent trade to take. But good day so far. Not trying to chase it here. I mean, we're up 131%. I'm not in the habit of buying stocks up that much.
Yeah.
All right, gonna look to see if Rad can start pushing here up through the 13 now.
I mean, we want to pull it up. Let's pull it up. Wish is bouncing, but let's pull Rad up. Nice call, man.
Get through that level.
Right on there.
All right, let me turn this off. I did get that fill, by the way, on the 170s in Apple. Again, just testing small size to see if I can get at least a 20-cent bounce. Nothing yet. Most likely going to be out of this trade if it crosses 169.90s.
I'll hop back from mine and yours right now.
You're fine. You're good. I'll just say I'm out if I am out.
Whatever happened to David Green? Got the boot. Nah, they're just kidding. Yeah, we were asked to go ahead and do this every single day live.
Yeah,
I like the David Green system.
Feedback would be how I would.
Yeah.
It's a little too.
I liked his system. That was the thing. It was a great scalp system. I wish I was as fast as he is.
That's the thing. Yeah, it's a scalping system. Scalping systems are probably, I would personally say, the hardest to trade.
Yeah, it's one of those things. Is anytime you have a rules-based system like that, the more you can actually stick to your system, the more successful you're going to be. Yeah. And his system is really great. I mean, there are principles in his system that I use, right? So it is what it is. We try to have fun here, though. Right? We want you guys to laugh, smile, have some of the pressure of trading alleviated, if you will.
Come on, Apple. Just give me 20 cents.
Lee says, Lisa Lee Hunt says, I'm best at scalping. Hey, stick to it then. If it works for you, then definitely, guys.
Yeah.
I'm best.
It's just, I can tell you right now, we took like the majority of traders, we tried to make them scalpers. It probably wouldn't work out.
Yeah, because here's the thing. By the time we tell you a scalp trade, then you have a 3-second delay on stream. Then you try to get the order in yourself. That scalp move could already be gone. And I'm not talking about green. I'm talking about in general in life. It is tough to do that.
And the thing about scalping, especially live, it's one thing if we all kind of learn the same rules and looked for the same things. But when you're scalping, like Zunaid was saying, a lot of it happens so fast. So in some cases, if I buy a range break, for example, and then I try to sell after the break into whatever pop, I don't want to sell into the people that are watching this. That's
exactly.
I don't want to do that, right? We want to do it. So we want to do trading where everyone can kind of participate.
Yeah. By the way, Apple out 3/4 of my size here at 170.29 is my fill. So I am out on those apples. Baby. The rest I will go ahead and take out at 169.89.
Killing the game.
See, that's a scalp that went ahead and lasted more than 2 minutes. But yeah, the main reason I got in, sound like the piggy from Looney Tunes there for a second, is the 170 level. I just expected a bounce from it since that was resistance. Now it's acted as support so far, and I just wanted a quick bounce, and I got it. I got a 30-cent bounce, and now we'll see if it reaches one. So if it reaches 170.45, I'll go ahead and sell the rest. So far, it hasn't. But I'll let you guys know if I do get a fill on it.
Hey. Apple new all-time high, by the
way. Yeah, on that previous candle it did. Still waiting for it. But anyway, I've got a bracket trade out on the remaining 1/4. 170.45 I will be out, or 169.89 I will be out. So that's what I'm looking at. But AHI is something else I'm keeping an eye on. Has not unhalted just yet. If it comes back near the $6.05 area, I would look to get in and risk about 10 cents. But that puppy might have left the train.
But that puppy might have left.
Yeah.
Puppies leaving the train. I don't quite get that, but you know what? It sounded like it came from the heart, so we're going to roll with it.
Hey, there you go. There you go.
I think it's like, you know how they say that might have left the train like that, whatever.
The train left the station? Is that what you were looking for?
Yeah, but I just, forgot that phrase, so I just went ahead and said my own thing.
Hey, man, anytime you forget something, throwing in puppies, great strategy. I'd like to do that all the time. I mean,
people think I'm
way
adorable.
worse than that.
All right, guys, I'm going to call out a relationship here that I'm starting to see it actually work is Bros with Starbucks. So you watch them both as pairs. So you look at Bros and you look at Starbucks today. You can see very similar patterns, very similar trade there. I'm going to be watching both of those for pullbacks here to see if they want to do a continuation into the 10 o'clock move. Of course, we're getting towards that 10 o'clock right now. We could get some reversals or some pullbacks. Overall market did push there to 466. Be careful for some pullbacks here. We'll see what happens. I'm still in red, guys. Just want to let you know.
SPY, I'm going to go ahead and close out the 2 remaining contracts I had here at $2.60. I am out. We got in on those at $1.70. So nice little trade there as well. I am now flat as Apple is about to be triggered, and I'm out Apple as well as it hit the stop loss on the remaining 1/4. Oh, seriously? You're going to hit the stop loss and go up 10 cents? Okay. Anyway, I am flat. I do not have any trades open at the moment.
AHI reopen.
Blade talking about there about SPCE. I did see that there was going to be a space catalyst today because I think there's like an analyst by, I think it's like JP Morgan that's doing a space kind of conference. So that's what you might be seeing in SPCE.
Dude, Ryan. Okay, yep. So you said, so I'm looking at my life like this, right? You see AHI right in the smack dab middle. You're like, oh, it opened. I'm like, no, it's not, you liar. I don't see anything moving. I scrolled down. I'm like, oh, this shit went all the way to 780. I swear to God, I was looking at it like this, right? Because I can't see that, and I was like, is my trading view messing up? I don't see where it opened, and I'm like, whoop-ah! But anyway.
Well, so if you were in AHI, congratulations. I'd obviously the thing with halts with me is that halts do a number on my heart. So if I'm in a stock that gets halted and then it gaps up out of the halt, I'm going to take a majority off the table, if not everything, just to make sure I book those gains. Do this in line with your trading plan, but obviously if you're up on this, and I'd wait for this to kind of settle before I try to rebuy the halt. One of the things we got asked by Simon asked if we could pull up TESS. So I took a look at TESS here. This, if I'm not mistaken, correct me if I'm wrong, Simon, but it sounded like TESS was like a mobile network solutions provider. They must do something with antennas or something like that. This is not a stock that I have a total edge on. Nice little move here in the pre-market. Looks like we were kind of grinding up after the corrective move. But some decent volume here, much higher than average volume today. So something obviously going on. When we took a look at the news here, looks like Lakeview Investment Group proposes to acquire TESS at $750 in cash. So here we are currently at $660. With these, I again, not having any type of knowledge on this, I wouldn't necessarily chase this. These deals, until they actually go through, can get broken up. Perhaps that's the reason for the difference in the price here. But obviously, people following this here, following the volume here. If we take a look at the actual daily chart, looks like we definitely kind of moved off of a bottom. We're into this range where we kind of chopped around a little bit. So as far as a new trade here, I don't really know. I mean, if you're trying to trade this or if you're trying to take this for the merger, good luck, but no position otherwise. Buyout offer at 750 is what D was saying. Yeah, that's what we're looking at. So if you're trying to chase the difference here, I'm actually going to look for something else, but there you go.
AHI was halted to the downside a couple of minutes ago. I am going to go ahead and play a risky small size. This is just fun size. I'm going to go to set a limit order at $6.05. Pretty much what I said I was going to do earlier, but now I'm going to go ahead and place it in case it wants to spike on down and give me some shares. If it does, great. If it doesn't, that's okay. My stop loss would be right below, maybe about 15 cents, let's just say. But keep in mind, this could just halt down, get me filled, and just rip me apart, which is why I'm just taking a small size. that I'm perfectly okay losing. But I've got the order in at $6.05 on AHI. I'll let you guys know if we get filled. SPY is just ripping. Should not have sold the contracts, but and Apple is still hanging around 170 after it stopped me out. But so far, a nice morning. Tesla can't get over that 1050 level and stay there. Amazon's over 3,500. Let's see what Amazon.
Roy, to answer your question, not sure yet. Actually, shortly after this, in about a half an hour, I've got a meeting that I'm not going to be able to look at my screen. So the last thing that I want to do is put myself in a position where I have to watch every tick when I can't actually be focusing on the market. So I'm not sure yet on any short plays that have to be real cut and dry. I haven't seen any here. The other thing is again, market up here, 461 points. I'd rather see this settle in. I'm more of a buyer on something that I can predict like that.
I got a trade plan here. I might take it. It's just a little expensive, but this looks like it's a little bit more up. Zunaid's at Ali. I'm going to look at Goldman Sachs here for a $400 breakout. Of course, it's right there. It just tapped above it and went to 480. Now pulling back. If it could hold VWAP here and then push back towards that and get through it, I think you can get that next leg up because it's that whole dollar price point. Maybe you get that move to 405. We'll see what happens on that one. I know Zunaid's probably right now thinking, looking a little juicy. We'll see what happens.
Goldman Sachs. I'll take a look at it. at it.
GS. So one of the things is I've been looking at banks. So let's take a look at BAC to see if it's also strong today. Looks like it's going sideways. Let's look for maybe some financial services to start pushing on up, and then we'll look to see if we get that move in Goldman Sachs. Reason I'm looking at that is I expect, Feds to start talking about raising interest rates, which could eventually start affecting these banks, right?
Yeah, and I mean Goldman, this is one of the best in breed. So
Goldman crack.
All-time highs on Goldman Sachs, 426.16 here. So if we actually take that out, I mean that's obviously a little ways away, but we could actually swing long on a break of the high there.
It's interesting.
DT, nice little move. I don't know if I should take my positions off. When do these expire? In February. Sorry, I'm talking out loud.
You're good, man.
Apple.
Talking out loud, everybody hears you.
So let's take a look at Apple, right? Let me go to make this all.
Yeah, I got you.
This is a 10-minute. Let me at least go in the 1 minute. Apple went ahead and tried to break the 170. You see a couple of wicks, but nothing major. Held it perfectly fine here on the 10-minute. You can see it's above VWAP, possibly. Ooh, if I see maybe another 10-minute candle of like a flag forming, right? Not that. Like right around this area, man, it could get interesting, and I could possibly take it long again over 170.50. So I'll keep an eye on this. My main concern is, I've got filled on AHI, $6.05. Sorry, I just got the alert. Hang on one sec. Let me go back to AHI. Come on. Give me 30 cents. Give me 30 cents. I'm going to go ahead and set a bracket order out at $6.29 to be filled. And then my stop loss will be $5.88 on AHI. I'll let you know as soon as something happens.
Nowhere, man. Talking that Palantir came to life. I'll take a look at that chart and see if it actually did come to life here. Yeah, nice little push there. Not a bad looking move. Palantir trying to push through 20 today. We'll see if it gets through that lift. Good call out.
Ooh, come on.
When to short Jemiah when the market turns around. Right now, it's a straight up. Look at Jemiah. Straight up move.
Yeah,
not a bad move there.
Not at all.
Straight on up.
Come on, AHI. Just give me a little bit.
Mitch, Miss Yuchia Payne. I'm in the pain with Jeannie right now. That's why I'm not bringing it up.
Is it still going down?
I mean, it's just hanging out.
Oh, okay. That's whatever.
See,
He's trying to close the month.
Is that Genius Sports? Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Mitch, what I like the most about that is that you have a plan and you refuse to deviate from your plan, right? You have a long-term plan.
One of the things is this wasn't a trade, right? I mean, you always got to determine what is it for you. Is it a trade or is it an investment, right? I mean, at the end of the day, Ryan, there's going to be plenty of trades that you need to get out of when they break the lows. For me, Jeannie, it really was on that verge, right? I wanted it to be a long-term investment. But every time I saw the chart and the technicals, I was starting to be like, oh, man, I don't know about it. And I'll tell you a specific day. There was a specific day right here when I was looking for us to break above 20. And I always have my rule of 3, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we had that rule of 3 specifically come into play right here. And as that rejection started coming back to the support 17, that's when I started getting concerned. That break of 17 on the downside is where I was like, should I just cut the trade right here? But I want it to be an investment. I'm holding this for 8 months already. It's just kind of hard. All right, I'm just going to stay in. And I stayed in. And right there, I decided that I was going to be in it. Then I got this move. Ouchie, wouchies. Yeah. 53% down there from that move. Did I use my money to help myself? Yeah, I used my money to help myself. So at least I was happy that I got some cash to kind of work my position back in it. All right, guys, about to get out of that rad trade. If it breaks the 78 right now, I don't want it to break 75 on the downside. That's the out.
All right, I am out of AHI. Where they lost. It gave me 25 cents. I wanted 5 cents more, and in my greed, it gave me the middle finger. So fund size did not work.
I'm not laughing at you. I'm laughing at how you say things. It always makes me happy.
Oh man, the market. I tell you what, this thing's gonna go to 7. It's gonna be like, sucker. Whatever. Let's see what else is going on. Well, let's see what Apple's doing. Let's see if it's gonna make that flag. I swear it's the second time that I've been
that high again.
What's up?
Apple looks like it wants to push that day high again.
Yeah, I'm just hoping for maybe a little bit more flag action, and then I can possibly take it if it tries to retest that 170 and try to buy it off the next 10-minute support. We've got about 2 minutes and 20 seconds on this 10-minute candle. But man, I would love a flag pattern here on Apple.
All right, nice little recovery there in rad. Let's see if we start running now.
BBIG still pushing up.
This is my rad, guys. Let's see if it starts pushing down.
Let's see what's BBIG doing.
Might add to this if it gets to the 1290s.
CFVI has a big pop. So someone was asking about this earlier. CFVI, this is still kind of chopping around here. I know that this was moving with the DWAC and the fun stuff, PHUN fun. So this is still chopping around. Big pop here. Volume, nothing really out of control yet. But nice move with the highs here.
That's got to be a pump or a news pop. That's one of those.
Realistically, I mean, for this to be actually tradable, day tradable anyway, I'd like to see this take out 1374. So we're close. Looks like we're butting up against 1360 here. Let's see if we actually take this out. This will be interesting. Volume looks good here. Yeah, still going. There we go. Right at that level there. And I think if it gets this, we could absolutely challenge 1444. Right, so there's your potential trade plan if we do end up snapping this. Let's see, though.
STRN trying to break 6.
Guys, talk about grab. Says I think that's the Ferrat King.
Grab. I will go ahead and talk about grab. If you are a Benzinga Pro member and you listen to the Option Squad yesterday, they were buying here. I'll tell you exactly what they were buying. Grab. They were buying the April 14th, 7.5 calls in I think almost $1 million range or so. I'll have to go back and calculate that, but that had some really good options flow for that strike for that date. For whoever was asking about grab. Sorry, I'm trying to see if I want to take a trade on STRM, but it already spiked on me. Tesla, by the way, looks like it's crossing 1052.
Tesla just ate up that little dip out of the open. Just ate it up.
Yeah, that's why you didn't hear me go short. looked way too strong on the upside when it was starting pushing back. I wanted to see a weak open, not a push up, then kind of building up a pattern in between the VWAP. I wanted to see the VWAP above it. We'll see what happens. I mean, let's take a look at the overall market here. Overall market and some sectors. So technology up about 2.21. We noticed right out the gates we were about 1.87. So we're still going up in tech. We still haven't seen that turnaround. Healthcare up a significant amount today too, 1.75% up. Some names there that you can take a look at. BHG. It's an interesting one, a little smaller trade, $4 stock there. DRMA, RZLT, NVAX. NVAX not doing a bad day today. Nice little push there. And you can keep a look at a couple of these. Let's take a look at what is this highest sector here. You're looking at some biotech. So you're looking at ELEV. That's an interesting chart, interesting 5-minute pattern there. Not a bad look there. Nice little pattern pennant going sideways off the 550 there. Let's take a look at the 1 minute, how that's building. It's not a bad look there. ELEV, one to definitely take a look at. VAX, we'll see if it rejects the VWAP here or gets back above 9. And there's a couple of these vaccine plays pretty much moving today. Look at Beam. This one's interesting. BEAM. I've seen this one run before. Let's take a look at the daily chart. Looks like it's pushing just back here. Nice reversal candle, nice bottoming. We'll see if that can continue going.
Going to take a riskier trade. Sorry, on Apple real quick. I'm going to take the 172.50 calls on Apple for this week. You can see it's slowly trying to peekaboo above this little previous range that I have. We'll see if it works out, but I am filled at 134 on those calls.
So CFVI, we just talked about it a minute ago. CFVI did take out 1374, popped above 14, happened fast. That would have been one of those scalps that we were talking about, right? You can easily see that the high there was actually at 1375. But as soon as we snapped that, we popped. If we actually can build above this level, I look to want to take out, what do we got here? A high of 1437. Right. So it looks like actually, I think it's higher than that. I think I selected the wrong candle. Come on, charting software. You got to be that. Yep. 1444 is going to be your high interest. If you build above this level, that would be the next level to take out here. If you took this, I would say probably book some now, but you might keep pushing this up.
All right, guys, going to see if we can go ahead and get into the money with Rad. Let's see if we get this push towards 1290 here. Don't want to see it breaking the VWAP on the downside here. Just been going sideways this whole morning. We're going to look toward to push through there at 1290, get back through 13 here. Let's see if we get that momentum push here. I think tech will pull back heavy by the end of the week, says Matty Ice. Yeah, one of the things that we're going to be watching is CPI data. That's going to be very important for the stock market. It's already expected to be a little hot, but let's see if for anything, it doesn't come in hot. I mean, that could actually push the market upwards. We'll see what happens exactly.
One of my swings for 2022, ticker SMSI, having a nice little day on a volume pop here. I don't see any news. I don't see anything else about it. I didn't see anything happening on Twitter, so maybe just some buying action. This one I'm actually under. My cost basis is $5.71 on this one, so actually about 30 cents under the cost basis on here. Again, this is cell phone security. I do think this has a big 2022. Saw a pop here on volume, but didn't really see any news. So just wanted to check that out. Ryan's audio started getting swimmy. I don't think I know.
Spinny,
Getting swimmy?
Do you guys
some water?
Anything wrong with the audio?
You started fading a little bit.
That might have been because I wasn't actually aimed at the microphone. That was my bad.
That might be it.
John, I'll try to be 2% better going forward here, my man.
Only way. All right, guys, keep battling out there. I want to definitely do a little bit of a shout out here. Let's keep burning here. Let's see the market keep ripping on up. And you guys out there, do me the favor, definitely smash that like button. Let's keep it going. Let's keep it going. We need to go ahead and keep this show absolutely free. You guys do that by definitely smashing up that like button. Hit the bell if you want to be alerted the moment we go live so that you can see us at the moment we are live. Let's go ahead, see what's out there. See if we get this push. All right, guys, I've been hanging out in this trade now. It's pretty much break even on the rest now. We don't even want it to break kind of the VWAP on the downside. We want to see it push through 1290s here, get through that 13, give me that nice trade. I have about, I'm looking for maybe an ad right here. Let's see. Now let's push towards 1290s here. Let's see if we can get 1290. I'm putting a limit order on 1290 here. All right, so I have an order to add at 1290s, and I'm looking for the rip through 13 now. Average right now for me is 1286, guys. See if we could get this push and rad through 13. It'd be a nice trade. I like how the volume just increased. So one of the things that we always look for is on the breakout, right? You want to see relative volume. You see that little green thing here on my volume? That just shows that the volume is trading 3 times the volume before it. So there you guys are seeing it. It's starting to get some volume. It got volume on that rip. Now we're looking for that extension through the 13. Can we get it through? Went up there towards 1297. Can I get 13 today? Let's see.
PTPI, one of our former runners here, actually took out the high of day and popped a little bit more. The previous high of day was 244, currently at 243, popped as high as 250. So we'll see if this builds for another trade going forward here.
Donka Dave talking about Gush doing good today. So it looks like the oil, I did see some comments made. So if you guys want to take a look at some oil trades, definitely they're doing well today. Romy talking about Jemiah on the short side. That's probably not a bad look, but what happened there? We were seeing it bounce. We were looking for a turnaround. Did it turn around? Let me see here. It just pulled back there. We'll see if it cracks 13. Really, you want to see it hold 13 if you're bullish. So if it cracks 13, maybe that could start flipping you there.
John is asking, can you get that relative volume on TOS? I'm not sure if you can get the same thing. There is a study on TOS called relative volume standard deviation that might help you. It kind of picks out some of the big relative volume trades, but I'm not sure if that's exactly what you were looking for.
Yeah, I'm sure that has some kind of color coding ability. I mean, TOS has pretty much everything on there. Just look for it, John. What I'll say about TOS is that it's a really good platform. It's just harder to use, I think, than my platform here. It makes it real simple.
I've never used that. What is that? Is that TC2000? Is that what that is? Yeah, I've actually never used that myself. So I don't want to draw a comparison to it. What I will say about TOS is that you're absolutely right. You know, it's great, and it's what I got used to early on. So that's one of the reasons I'm still with it. But like some of the things are difficult to use. Like, for example, the scanner. I don't even use the scanner in TOS because I use it in Pro. I use movers and I use the scanner in Pro, and they're much easier to use. So whatever, the big thing is that you're comfortable with the software you use. If you're comfortable with the software you use, you're gonna do better because of that. I also BNZNB trading. I also use volume profile.
Yep, it's all about what you want to use, what makes you feel comfortable. What do you like visually? Because to me, I think these charts look 10 times better than TOS, but that's just my opinion. But it's like always. I mean, it's all reference, right? Find what you like and what actually gives you an advantage. To me, TOS didn't give me an advantage because to me, I think it's a little bit slow, and I just don't like the platform. I personally don't interact with it well, so that's why I go with TC2000. Is it a free site? No, it's not. It's not the most expensive. It's about like, I think I get it like $35 a month, so it's not too bad. What's up with bros? Being mentioned in the chat there. Let's take a look here. Bros trying to find a bottom there on the daily. Let's see the 1 minute. Looks like it's not holding the VWAP, but you did get 1, 2, 3 tries. Just make sure that it holds support here. Starbucks is one that I'd tell you to keep on watch. Starbucks is still going up, but what is it doing? Showing you that topping formation right there. A couple wicks that are trying to get above. You want to see this keep pushing, not reverse down, because you could also see the same in the bros. This is why sometimes if I'm trading a stock that I feel trades really closely related to it, I'll have that stock to the side of it. And I want to see that stock continue to strengthen the industry. All right, let's get back to the red. Focus again here. Don't want to break VWAP. Breaking VWAP on the downside. 1280s on the downside is going to get us out. We don't want to see it hit there. All right, guys. TOS is good, man. Hey, it's all about what you want to use, right?
It's all about what you're comfortable with. You're exactly right.
You say Ryan using it every day, so that's not that bad. How often do you guys give a good trade? This market is ripping, and they have traded 2 stocks. Well,
Two stocks.
We're
Hold
not.
on. 2 stocks.
I think Zunaid itself.
2 stocks.
He's traded more than 2. That's so not correct.
Are you serious? Stop it.
Yeah.
Stop it. Look, I'm not one to respond back to such comments, but turn up your volume. Keep your eyes open.
Yeah, and if you think indicators and don't work for day trading, I mean, let's just not.
2
We
stocks.
won't even ignore it.
2 stocks. Just stop it.
There's always that hater, bro. There's always.
Tell you what, go back and watch the start of the show and see if we didn't call out SPY above 465 and take those options around $1.60. Stop it.
But you won't stop blabbing.
Stop it.
Please shut your mouth.
Ridiculous.
Go out and find somebody that cares and someone who asks.
Like we didn't call a scalp on Apple at 170 and now it's at 170.82. Stop it.
When did we call AHI again?
You tell him, Ryan. You tell him.
Yeah.
Jim knows what it is. He's just trying to copycat trade.
Yeah. I was just gonna,
we're not about that here.
If the market's ripping, what are you looking at? Let's look at them. We'll take a look at the stocks you're looking at.
Stop it.
Exactly.
Anyway.
No worries, guys. We'll keep trading. No worries. We'll move on.
On the third Apple trade that we have taken, only on that ticker specifically, those contracts are looking decent, nothing too crazy. Apple went ahead and held that 170.50 level that you can go ahead and see here. It went all the way up to 171, close to it, about 5 cents off. Looking for it to continue its movement towards 171.50. My target will be about 171.35 to exit. Majority of my contracts, we'll see when that happens, if that happens. But apologize for giving 3 trades on one individual ticker. Sorry, whoever that was.
Zunaid, we love it, man, says Jimmy.
Ridiculous.
We love it.
All right, let's go ahead. Let's keep it going, guys. Let's see what's going on out there. Jesse calling out LABU. I don't know that one. I don't know if you guys know that one. LABU.
LabU.
Looks like it's a biotech leverage type of trade. What's up, Jesse? My kind of guy. Talk about day trade. This is how you do a more of a day trade on the biotechs. And I like to look
starting to go, guys.
If you look at healthcare, right? What is the highest industry that is up today? What? Biotech. So I love the trade there. LABU is one that I'm gonna definitely start adding to my radar. I haven't traded this one before. Nice leverage pattern there. Look how this went down, up 1, down 1, up 2, down 2, up 3, down 3, held this 39. Don't want to see that break on the downside, but let's see if we get the breakout through this and up there towards 39.50. Nice looking trade there, LABU. Hey, good to mention, and this is what it's all about. Appreciate it, team.
DWAC about to take out the pre-market highs at 48.50. It's causing fund to move as well. Excuse me, those were the after hours highs from yesterday. My apologies. Looks like fund started to move as well. It was rejected there at 48.50, so we'll see if that sets up to build and go through it. Fund started to move. Both of these are moving on volume. I think that also might help CFVI, which we've already checked on. Yeah, that's building above 1374 as well. So all three of those seem to be moving here.
Funware. Apple got a real nice 1 minute red candle there to take down our contracts that were green. By the way, it looks like that Rocco guy was talking about David Green. We talked about David Green. Phenomenal trader, great scalp trader. Highly recommend. I think it's wallstreetglobaltrading.com his website is. So Rocco, in all seriousness, if that's the style that you prefer, I highly recommend David Green. He's got a lot of experience in the market, and I think his course is absolutely worth the money. So please feel free to check him out.
Yeah, you just might have to actually spend some money.
You've got, I'm trying to look at
CFEI going.
Yeah.
Big block.
I feel like that. I was going to say that break of 14 could be huge. Yep. And you've got VWAP around 1350.
All right, let's see what happens in the overall market. We're getting towards that 10:30 time. Definitely, let's keep it going. Let's go. Okay, guys, when to short DWAC and fun? Give me the levels, please, says Rodney. Hey, trying to short that social media stocks?
I heard even Trump wasn't allowed to post on there. But anyway, you can see the rejection of 50. Yeah.
Oh, man, that was a huge pop through 48.50. Huge pop.
Yeah, it's going to be an interesting stock now.
On volume, too. CBAT moving. Boy, see, it just the stocks just started to. They waited a little bit. CBAT. Excuse me. There it goes.
I don't short anything that pops like that.
That's gone.
Would you guys ever take a short on something that popped like that?
No, I wouldn't mess with that. But someone asked about shorting DWAC. The level to short it would be below 36, which on the daily you can see is right over here. That's where you would want to kind of set your alert, because if it's breaking that daily one day, then you want to go ahead and go short. Till then, try to find setups intraday. But the biggest short level for me would be below 36.50, and you can manage your risk accordingly.
Shout out to Buffalo by Bicycle for saying boom shakalaka. Mitch, I got homework for you. I need you to find some audio asset where we get a great NBA Jam style boom shakalaka for when we nail it.
I like it.
Let's do that.
I'll definitely reach out.
Let's absolutely do that. Buffalo by Bicycle, thank you, my man, for doing that. Let's get that as part of the show. Let's get it. Yeah, so Deepa is saying in here, got to also add he's on fire. Yeah, because Zunaid has been literally man on fire for like the past 3 weeks. Oh,
it's been nice.
That would be great.
It has been nice. The best time, my favorite time to quote unquote be on fire is Thursdays and Fridays, because those contracts just move. It's always tough for me as an individual to struggle on to place trades Monday through Wednesday, just because the contracts don't move as much, which is why I'm starting to learn how to trade SPY, because those have like daily contracts, 2 days out contracts that expire, things like that. So you can get some real nice moves there. But appreciate the love. DWAC, $50 resistance so far. If it gets above 50, things could get interesting just because of that whole number area.
And real quick, SYTA, we talked about this a couple of times. We talked about this actually breaking through 550 and making the next move up into that 6 handle. It chopped around in here, and we were saying that if it kind of stays in this area and then makes a move towards the high, it might set up for another trade. That's exactly what it's done. Actually took that high out by a couple of pennies, and it's consolidating right here. So will be interesting to think if we take out 672 on any type of volume. I think we may pop sevens. Not out of the question here. Not out of the question.
Pretty great day for Fubo today. If you guys are seeing Fubo push on up there, it did kind of push out this earlier pattern, came back, held VWAP, now pushed right back on up. We'll see if this can continue making a move on up. Of course, probably maybe Roku up on this also. So we'll see if this can continue to push. How's Miss Kathy doing today? Looks like she's finally getting above 100. That's what I talked about. I want to see her close above 100. So nothing bullish yet for me, but it needs to close above 100 for the reversal to kind of complete here. But we'll see if we get this close above 100 today. ARKK just breaking above that 100 right now.
BBIG at 3 here. BBIG at 3. You might get a pop through 3 here.
Oh, nice. Interesting one there. A lot of volume came in on that push there too.
Yep. Telling you, man, volume is one of the things that I look for in the scanner, and that's why you're going to hear me call some of these things out, because I'm seeing volume pops and I'm letting you guys know ASAP. Doesn't necessarily mean we take the trade, but we are going to watch where the volume goes. Block here at 299 on BBIG.
Yep, I would look for maybe a pullback to 296, 294, but I don't think it goes underneath that 294 here. All right, what's going on out there? If you guys have a stock to check out, throw it in the chat. Looks like Cliff being mentioned by Andrew Kell here. This was one that I talked about yesterday for a steal play. Looks like it is bouncing off of that 20, starting to get through that 21. Not a bad looking play, at least definitely today. What I like is the 5-minute trend, how you're just holding this trend on upwards. Really nice looking chart there, CLF. Looks like steel up about 3.56%. Industrial metals and minerals up about 4%. Copper up about 4%. Of course, FCX is a stock usually that I call out for copper. And we'll see how PLL is doing for maybe industrial metals and minerals, which is, for me, a lithium play. We'll see if this can continue pushing on up through the 60. It is reversing there. Also, you could take a look at MP. MP also having a decent day today. Let's see if it makes another run. Look at this sideways chart. I do like this one. Look at the 5-minute. How it just broke out the gates, but holding the supports, holding the pullbacks. So we'll see if we can hold another pullback to 411, but I do think this could start running. This MP does look good here. Look at that. Right when I start talking about it, I think someone's listening.
Someone is. BBIG on at 3. They're trying to take down the big wall on BBIG.
Put you up.
Big sellers there on BBIG. If they take that out, I think that might pop here. There it goes. 3 down, 304 now.
Yeah, Voodoo calling out NUE as another steal play you can keep in mind. Definitely keep that in mind.
All right, you two, I actually do have to cut out early this week. I'm sorry.
Yeah, let's go ahead. Let's get you on out of here, Ryan. No worries. Like always, guys, we're going to keep battling here. Now, one thing I will let you know is that tomorrow and Thursday, we will be having the small cap conference. What? No live trading? No! Oh, God! No, I'm just playing.
No!
So what we're going to do is this, guys.
No!
So if you want to stick with us.
That was the greatest sound to play right there.
Oh, yeah, that's if you guys don't know where that's from, I mean, come on. But definitely, if you guys want to stick with us, keep live trading. What I recommend is this. Come to the small cap conference. Stay in the chat. I'm going to be trading in the chat. I'm going to be letting you guys know my position in the chat. So don't worry, guys. We'll still be day trading and talking about some positions. I don't want you guys going anywhere. So definitely stick around. We'll still be doing this, and we'll be back on Friday. I'm actually out on Friday, but I think I might just come for live trading for you guys out there. But definitely smash the like if you guys want me to come Friday. I need at least 500 likes today.
What you doing on Friday?
You should definitely come on Friday and join us.
What are you doing on Friday?
I'm studying. I have my CMT exam on Saturday. So
what better way to prepare than to live trade?
Right?
Oh, we just figured it out.
Hey, at the end of the day, you got to build your skills, right? Out there, guys. Right. Even I that have been trading for 6 years can say that no matter what, there's always something to improve on in trading. And if you're not working to improve, what do you usually end up doing? Is you start regressing. That's not what we want, guys. We want to keep making steps forward. Like Ryan always says, what's the quote, Ryan?
2% better every single day, my man.
Hey, like the way we knew it, man. I'll go ahead and I'll let you out of there with that 2%. Like always, that's Ryan saying right there. And I definitely try to live it up here at Benzinga. Zunaid, any review you want to give before you get on out of here?
Apple's yeah, let me just go ahead and pull up my Apple chart here to the left. Let me see where those contracts are that we went ahead and took. It's down about maybe 3 cents, so nothing too crazy, still within that range. I really like the support of 170. If it breaks that, then you may want to go ahead and get out. But so far, looking nice. That's the only trade that I have remaining. First profit target is going to be 171.40, or excuse me, 171.35 is what I have set here. Is where I'm going to get out. A majority, and the rest will go ahead and leave as runners to see what happens. But that's about it.
All right. Thank you. Like always, Zunaid.
See ya.
YOLOing out there, guys. So appreciate it. Appreciate you. All right, guys, that's going to do it for Zunaid. I'll go ahead and I'll get his screen on down. We'll take a look at the overall market. I'm going to take a shot here on MP, guys. I just took 100 shares when Zunaid was talking there. I have 44 47s. I talked about this chart 2 seconds ago. It's starting to push there to 44.60s. I have about 100 shares there, so we'll see how this can keep holding VWAP. VWAP is out on the downside. That's 35. Let's see if that can hold there. Start pushing back on up here towards above the 44.75. Can we get to 45 and then a push? Let's see what happens here. All right, let's go ahead. Let's keep it going. Have a good day. If you want to stick around, definitely we'll keep trading here, guys. We're going to keep going until 11:30, but I need you guys to smash the like and support the show. Let's see where we're at in the like game. I'm going to definitely take a look here. Looks like we got over 684 people watching, so definitely smash on that like. 308 likes. I need 400 to keep me going, 500 to bring me on Friday. So you guys smash that like. If you guys want us to keep going and keep battling here, definitely hit the like, guys. All right, let's go ahead. Let's see if this MP can rip on up through the 44.60s, get on up to the next level. Also keeping an eye still on RAD. I'm still in that one. I'm about to get out. I mean, it just keeps holding that 1280 on pullbacks. You get maybe 1278s on the bid, but no volume going into there. So I've been looking for it to get back above. About to get out of this one because I don't want it to become a loser here. But definitely we're down about, 4 cents on that RAD. So looking for it to hold the 1280s here. But if it cracks, it cracks. Like. Let's keep it going. Let's go. MP up more than 6%. Yeah, who knows? Maybe it can't keep going from here, but I do like the trade. We'll see what happens. One of the things is it got back above VWAP and held there. So we want to hold the VWAP on pullbacks here and look for a nice push through 44.50. Of course, 44.50 could be that psychological level. So that's why we're also paying attention to it. All right, guys. So I'm also in that RAD trade. I might get stopped out there. 78 really is the one that really gets me out there. And then we lose, 8 cents on the trade. So I'm not really stressing about the loss if it becomes a loser here, but give me the chance to get back on up there. Let's go back to MP. MP now pushing to 44.59. Let's see if we can get that next level on up and start pushing through. And keep it going. Smash on up. Let's keep going. NVIDIA keeps moving. Money Mitch in the house. Let's go. All right, guys, this is when you guys got a stock, or maybe we go into some strategy. I'll do this. If there's a specific indicator out there, guys, that you guys want to maybe do some education on, throw it up in the chat right now, and I can pull up my study guide and try to bring you what I've been studying on. There's a lot of these indicators, whether it be sentiment, oscillators, you're looking for momentum. What do you want to learn about today, guys? Let us know, and then I'll take a look. CBAT being mentioned by Alex Sanchez. Let's take a look. MP starting to push there. Not a bad look there. Let's see if we can keep this one riding on up. All right, so CBAT. I also got to pay attention to that RAD up above me. So I'll try to be doing a little bit of mix here, guys. But definitely CBAT. Look at that. Nice little push there. $2 stock went through that $2 area. Now we'll look to see if it can hold $2 on that pullback. But nice little lift there. Nice 5-minute candle sideways, started to push on through. We'll see if it gets through there. All right, looks like RAD is trying to test that low here. If it breaks that low, I definitely got to be careful here. But let's take a look at the SPY. SPY still trying to push on up. Didn't turn around there. Still looking bullish. Let's see what happens here. It tried to get up there multiple times to get through this level. Let's see if we get that next extension up in the SPY and it can keep moving. What is CMT? Chartered Market Technician. Go ahead and look it up. It's a little bit more professional, but bro, pull up the wish. Come on, man. Wish upon a star. That's not that big of a move, man. Come on, dude. Look at the daily chart. It still hasn't gotten through that 4. There's a resistance at 4. I think it could get to 4 today. I mean, but that's not too much. That's what we're talking 20 cents. That's not a bad trade if you want to maybe take that 5-minute approach. 15-minute chart probably looking to be a little bit better. How it's just scaling on up here. So you can see the scale as long as it can hold that on pullbacks. So this 374 on the pullback. Get on up through the high volume through the 78s. I do think it could get to 4, but I don't think it has much gas after 4, but we'll see what happens there with the Wish. MP almost up there towards our profit, guys. We're going to start taking some profit into the 90s here on MP. Let's go take a little bit of half here. 50 shares I'm going to take off here, 90s. Let's see if we can get it through there. All right, looks like I got my man AB hanging out in the back. I don't know if he wants to join on. He can get himself on if he wants. All right, let's see if we can get this profit take here in MP. It's starting to pull back a little bit there. I could take 77s, but I'm looking for the push into the 90s, and then I'm going to definitely take some off there. All right, let's see if we can get that next level up on MP. I'm sorry, I'm paying attention to my trades a little bit here. This is why we have multiple traders. Can you explain how to use RSI? Can you take us to the Solastic RSI oversold, and the relationship? That's perfect. Let's go ahead and let's do that indicator. We can definitely talk about here. We're going to talk RSI. So let me go ahead up and pull on up here my study guide here, so I can actually pull you guys exactly from the book here. I could read from right in front of me, but yeah, I mean, let me just pull it up here so you guys don't think that I just make up stuff, guys. All right, let's go ahead. Let's pull up the RSI. Dun, 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 dun. There's so many, guys. It's ridiculous how many indicators there is out there. And I mean, at the end of the day, what they are a lot of the times is just going to be to determine what? To determine kind of a better story of the chart that you're looking at. They never give you 100%. On the upside or kind of a trade there. But one thing you definitely want to do is try to find what works best for you, right? All right, so here's the RSI talk here, guys. It's usually with the MACD stuff here. So you guys see here, RSI relative strength here. I'm going to put myself full screen so you guys can see this where I'm reading off. So you see that the RSI there is the sum of the gains over the end period and the down. So pretty much you're measuring the up and the down moves in the market. So what's important also is that failure swing. And I'll talk especially about that right now. All right, so let's take a look. I'm still in these trades, so I'm trying to pay attention to my trades at the same time. RAD not breaking the 1280s there, but it could break down there right now. MP pulling back there. Just didn't get me to my close there. It was about 2 cents from closing me. Now pulling back here to the 44.50s. Maybe a little bit distracted on the trade, but let's go ahead. Let's talk RSI here. All right, so when we talk relative strength, we're talking about J. Wells Wilder that introduced the relative strength index, or the RSI, in an articles in commodities known as the Futures Magazine. The RSI measures the strength of an issue against its history price change by comparing the up days to the down days. So for RSI, we're going to go ahead and I'm going to make the RSI really big here so that we can just focus on that indicator, right? All right. So let me just pull this up here. All right, so I'm going to make this big so that we can kind of follow it here. And you know what? Let's go to an easier stock to follow, like Apple's daily chart. All right, so let's go to Apple's daily chart and let's take a look here how the RSI works here and why you would want to look for things down towards the 20 versus at the top here towards the 80, right? And so there's two levels really that pay attention to, right? There's the 80 and there is the 20 on the downside, or you can do 25, whichever one you really like. You can change it on up, but it really just trying to determine what overbought and oversold, right? And so one of the things that matter is not necessarily where the RSI is when it's in the middle, but what kind of reactions you have when the price goes down and the price bounces, right? So what we call divergence is really important. So you see how the price action comes down here. So does the RSI from oversold to from overbought to oversold on the downside. And when it comes down to specifically that low on the RSI, you'll see it here, bounce there. We're looking for a swing back on up there to the upside. Doesn't mean it can get to that 80, but you're looking for a move back on up. Why? Because the stock is in oversold territory. What you want to be using is a combination of indicators to help you here. But this can show you right now that, hey, the price actually followed and it didn't kind of fail your swing. So this was a nice little push on up. And then let's go ahead and take another period approach, right? And so let's go to this period where it really came down here. Super oversold, right? And so it actually came down towards a low on the daily towards 4 or 7. So this is when the stocks were really getting crushed here in March. And you could see here the divergence from up here to the down point. And when you saw this weakening action, this is what can give you that sign that, hey, okay, so we were breaking down towards the 4. And let me take this circle away a little bit here. All right, seeing RAD start, MP starting to push on up there. We might get that push. RAD is the one that I need to close. I got distracted there. 78s right now. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to put a stop here. Don't want to miss this, guys. So we're just going to put a stop at 76. Yep, there you go. It just hit. No, it actually blocked the trade there. There you go. Just got out. All right, so RAD is a loser here. Not the best trade there. Lost about what? Lost 10 cents there. So $50 there. Not the worst, but hey. Sorry about that, guys. Trying to stick with it. Here's RAD, guys. It started coming back here. I'm going to come back to the RSI in 1 second. I'm just want to make sure that my trades don't go crazy here. So you see the breakdown here. That's 78. That's where I got out. It looked like it wanted to push on up, but we didn't get that move. Look how the RSI went away. Didn't push up through the 80 one more time. We didn't also hold the Chaikin money flow. Let's get back to Apple here. At least was able to close that. Let's look at MP, see if we can get that push in MP to continue through. All right, so MP's at 44.60s. We'll look for a push through 44.90s. Let's see if we get that lift. All right, so back to Apple here, guys. Looking at the daily chart, catching up with the chat. I want to see what you guys have any comments you guys want to talk about. Apple testing highs being called out in the chat, so I'm going to go ahead and take a look at that. So when we talk about the RSI, one of the things is we saw right here, so that divergence, right? One of the things that you don't want to see is when the stock kind of comes back to that level, do we break down to the lows here? So we got towards the 4 here, which was really low here on the, so we're on March. Hold on. We're looking at this one. I just want to show you guys right here. It's very important. So if the RSI is breaking through the lows here, and right here, you get another push down, but what ends up happening to the RSI? It actually goes upwards, right? You don't get that downward move to 4 again, and then you get that tick back up. That's showing you right there that the actual oversold action, the downside price action, didn't match the RSI, and the RSI pointed to the upside. We need to look for these divergence, because if you look for those divergence, you're going to be able to find when the stock doesn't match, the indicator doesn't match the price action, which shows you a reversal that could come right there. And that's exactly what you get. You want to look for a bullish candle after that. And you kind of get a bullish candle here. It's not really a bullish engulfing candle. Maybe on the weekly, it did a bullish engulfing candle there. So let's go back to that period here. That was this March period here. Looks like on the weekly, you get kind of a harmy, so a reversal swing there. And that's exactly what was probably attacked on the daily here. And you could see how the stock, the RSI is rising here, even though the price action is going down. That's actually showing you that the stock wants to come back up and reverse from that point, not that the trend is on that strength on the downside. So of course, guys, this is never going to be 100% exact. And it's going to be a little bit confusing at first when you don't really look at it. But what I recommend is look at multiple charts. Start drawing this out so that you can start seeing when the stock comes down, do you get that price divergence here? And you also got it right here. You see how you're coming down and then you start spiking up, even though the price action that comes following this what is on the downside, but the price action down here or the RSI indicator is pointing to the upside. Those are the kind of moments you're looking for, and those can help you find the swings. Of course, what you want to do is definitely combine different things. Where can you find that manual, Mitch? Money Mitch has it. So maybe if you're nice on my Twitter, I might give it to you. Who knows? At the end of the day, this is just kind of my learnings from my CMT that I'll be taking my exam on the weekend, and we'll see. We'll see if we can push to the next level. RSI, VWAP, pivot points is what I use for day trading, but I think the RSI is the most important indicator in my opinion. Why, Happy? Why is it the most important indicator in your opinion? All right, going to catch up with the chat. We're almost getting towards that 11 o'clock hour. Let's go ahead. Love divergence. Yes, divergence is very important. Also the swing, right? Let's also talk a little bit more about the Solastic Oscillator. So Solastic Oscillator is a little bit different, right? And so one of the things that I want to talk about, and I should probably put one up here. Yeah, let me go ahead and just put it up here. All right, so let's go ahead and we're going to put it at, let's just put it here at the bottom here. So we want a Solastic. All right, so the Solastic indicator, all right, so it's very different actually than kind of the RSI. Why is it different? It's because it's more fast acting. So the bottom line that you're seeing here, guys, is what you call a Solastic Oscillator. So all oscillators use specific time over which they're calculated. The traditional period for the MACD are 26 and 12 bars. The RSI traditionally uses 14 bars for its calculation. These oscillators depend on smoothing techniques that tend to dampen the most recent price action. So what does that mean? So the RSI and the MACD have a tendency of the most recent data not being the most important. So sometimes we want to go ahead and we want to weight that information. So the most recent information, we want it to be very prominent in our indicator. That's when we're going to start using indicators that don't smooth out, that are more volatile to the spikes. That's exactly where the Solastic Oscillator comes into play. The Solastic takes another tack. It looks at the most recent close price. So you're looking at the most recent close, and it takes price as a percentage of the price range high to low over a specific past window of time. This makes it more sensitive to the recent action. So the same thing that you're looking in the RSI, you're looking for in the Solastic. But the Solastics should show you a little bit quicker reaction on that move. And so, of course, you're looking for the K line to kind of push on up, especially when you see these kind of twists. You see how you kind of go under and above it here. So those are the types of moments where you definitely want to be looking, where you kind of get that motion where it goes above, down, below, and above. Those show you swings on the charts. And if you combine indicators, that's how you really start winning, guys. Like always, you can't just always just stick to one way of trading the RSI, but I wanted to cover it to you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed that. Let me know if you guys want me to continue covering these. I'll go ahead and do it around this time where most traders are wrapping up the day. But if you guys have any other question on the RSI, let me know. All right, let's go ahead. Let's keep going. One of the things you guys can use, of course, is the ADX. That's the other one that I'd mentioned if you're looking for an overbought, but the ADX is a lagging indicator. There's so many out there, guys. Yes, that was great. Please continue. Hey, I'll do my best, guys. Let's go ahead. Let's keep it going. Smash up that like. All right, let's go ahead. Let's see what's moving out there. Definitely looks like I'm about to get hit on my MP and just get out of here. Looks like the market's flipping on me, guys. This is what happens, guys. Sometimes when you don't take profits, I could have taken profits, but it just wasn't focused here. I'm just going to go ahead and get out of the trade there. Small loss, 10-cent loss there. Actually, 20-cent loss there, so $20 there, not bad. I mean, it was only 100 shares. Haven't been really paying attention too much to my trades. Maybe that's something I definitely need to work on. Like always, being live is going to be something that I'm going to have to work on. But let's keep going, guys. Like always, smash that like. Let's take a look at some of these big stocks that are moving. Looks like Apple wants to be called out by Paul. Eric, I'll go to Eric first here. AMAT starting to push on up. We're going to look at the RSI here and judge the RSI, right? Because we just started learning that, right? And so one of the things that I always point out also is go back to the stock and see what are the extremes on the RSI. So to me, extremes are really low points where it's hit before that you can look for reversals when it gets back to those levels. So to me, you can clearly see these topping action. And so when the price is at that top, I want to be careful for turnarounds on the downside. When the stock is at that bottom, I want to be looking for upside potential moves, right? And so a clear example is right here, AMAT on this October 4th, right? And so we got what? We're going to take a look here. All right, so if you see here, we were near the top. We were moving towards the top of the price action, and then it reversed on the downside. So the price actually following the RSI. So you got price confirmation on that down move. But when you start leveling out here, you can see there's a point here where we actually push on up and what the RSI starts following the action. So that's what you want to see. The same thing happened here is a bottoming action. And then it got out of it, out of the trend, looking for it to get back towards what? That 86, that 85, where you can clearly see it drawn back to where it's turned around before. And you could have used that to attack this rip. And selling into the move, you could have been selling right here. Boom, 155. As it got towards that 86, you sell out, you take a nice trade. This is how a lot of range traders trade. Yeah, it's how it is, man. Jay, it's harder to definitely day trade and do this show. Once I get back to my swing trades, because I haven't been taking swing trades in this environment, we'll definitely do a little better. Like always, I'm a little bit more of a swing trader, and I take day trades necessarily to open swing positions that if I need to, I'll cut it on the day. But if it starts working for me, I'll let it work. Hit the like. Yeah, it's not going to always be easy. Let's keep going. BTC almost back to 52. Let's see if it can cross that line. I don't know. I think, you got to be careful with cryptocurrency going into the next year. I know that the government is just trying to get their cut, man. And until then, I don't really like Bitcoin. Until I figure out that the government got their cut, I'm not super long on Bitcoin, but I've missed out, right? So I wish you guys the best. All right, let's keep going. Let's see what we see in AMAT today. So it looks like a nice 5-minute ride on up. But you can see here, what did we do? We hit the top. We hit the top and now starting to detrend. So you could see that divergence. And you see how the bottom one here goes downward faster. That's because of the smoothing effect that the RSI has versus the Solastic Oscillator. All right, let's keep going. Let's go. Close to 400. You guys want to keep me going till 11:30. We need that 400 likes. If not, we can't keep going. We need 15 more, guys. Smash up that like. Let's keep going. I took my eye off of Fiverr. Dang it. It happens to the best of us. DNA being called out by Jamie. I'm going to go on up first and take a look at Apple. I know that was mentioned and I didn't touch it. So let's take a look here. Looks like you're getting your multiple push on ups, but now it's starting to retrace. And you can see clearly also on the RSI, right? You're seeing that retrace off of it. Looked like it was really bullish this morning and then started to retrace. One of the things that I do is look at the price extremes, right? So the extremes are actually up here more to 90 on Apple and closer towards the downside. Let's see, down towards, I would say 14 even here, even down towards 13. So those are the extremes that I'd be looking for. And we had that extreme on the second right here. So you see how you went from actually extreme on the upside to extreme on the downside, and then right back on up towards those levels. Same kind of levels, went right back on up towards that. So this is how you can be using this. Of course, I like to use this, the RSI, more on the daily chart than using it on a kind of hourly or a 5-minute, but definitely a good look there for Apple. Atlanta, Georgia in the house. You know what? Let's do a little shout out action. Guys, you guys out there, definitely, guys, smash up the like. Let's see where you guys are from. Where you guys at? Definitely. Let's go.
A lot of action around here today, huh?
A lot of action. Let's keep it going. All right. XPEV mentioned in the chat. Can you explain how to use the VWAP? Yes, Maria. I'll talk VWAP tomorrow. Well, actually, not tomorrow. Tomorrow we got the small cap conference, but on Friday, I'll cover that, Maria. And I got a lot of videos on the VWAP. I think we already have one. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start attaching those videos here to the description. And I'm going to do more of these indicator talks, record them for you guys so that if you guys maybe have a specific question that we're going to come back to, maybe we already covered the VWAP. I'll have those videos in the description for you guys. All right, what's up out there? Looks like there you go. They're coming in here. Looks like we got Baltimore, Tampa in the house. Voodoo, you might need to help me with that. Easton, New York, Cleveland. We got London, San Diego. What's up? What's up out there, guys? Definitely Fort Collins. Fort Collins, you're not far from me, Rio. Let's keep going. Ventura. Oh, there you go. Miami, Pete in the house. What's up? What's up? I might actually be in Miami soon. I definitely need to take a trip. New York, baby. New York. Houston in the house. Maz, Temp. Let's keep it going. San Francisco, Houston, Virginia to Florida, Dallas. That's what I like to see. Dubai in the house. That's what I want to see, guys. I love to see you guys in the chat. Appreciate you guys hanging out with us and keeping going. Even from London, we're getting joined here, guys. So definitely smash that like. Born in Gainesville. We'll see what happens to the Gators versus UCF. If you guys didn't know, that's where I went to college, UCF. We'll see what happens here. Let's keep it going. Looks like awesome. Toronto. Oh, I'm loving this. Guam, Chicago. Let's keep it going. Michigan in the house. Of course, Michigan in the house. Seattle, Kentucky, Bama, Mexico City. I love you guys out there. Appreciate you guys coming in here. Like always. Bye. Oh, look at the framer coming in here. Let's keep it going, guys. Let's see what's going on in the overall market. See if we can continue making push on ups. Look at that push. Guys, we got a nice push in the market today. Really coming off these levels. And I mean, man, this market has been tough to judge. Yesterday, everyone was kind of bare, looking down. I was one of those, and I was wrong. It happens, guys. You're going to be wrong on the market. One thing you want to do is definitely look back, right? Establish levels that you're like, okay, so if we get back to these levels, got to go ahead and just let it go. So to me, SPY getting back closer towards that 470, no longer bearish. It can't be bearish. The SPY is holding well right now. So we'll see what happens with the CPI numbers. But for right now, still looking on the upside there. Bourne says, I'll be at the game. Hey, good luck, man. I would definitely join you. Let's go ahead. Beverly Hills, California. I love it. I actually been to Beverly Hills. I like Hollywood. All right, let's keep going. Sweden, Scotland. Let's do this. Mars. Shelly, you with Elon? Let's take a look at Lucid. Lucid Motors. Such a high trade. Followed stock here. Pulling back today, actually. Let's take a look here. This was what I was concerned about. A lot of people were really bullish, Lucid. This does not look bullish to me. And you need to hold at least 43 on the downside today. So if that closes above 43, you're not looking too bad. But it is looking like it's trying to wash out to that 43 mark. So just be careful there. All right, time to catch up with some other stocks out there. What ended up happening in the market? If we could take a look here, technology up now 2.52 from the open. If you guys remember me talking about this, I said at the open, we were trading at 1.85 up on the market. So we're going to look to see that continue. Now you're seeing it, and definitely technology following today. Some tech names that are making big moves. Tests. We talked about that one a little bit earlier. Look at this one's trying to break through that $7 price point. Can't break through it, so it might kind of reject right here. But I'll keep an eye on this one because definitely there's some volume coming in here trying to get it through that $7. We'll see if it can get through that. And there's been about 3 pushes, so we'll look for maybe a little pullback here, but definitely should hold that kind of ascending triangle here on the upside move. Doesn't look too bad there. Tests. CBAT, another one that was mentioned by the chat, has been doing great. MDB, look for maybe a reversal on this one. This one broke down from 522s, but this one had a huge move yesterday. It bounced all the way up there towards 550s, or a high here of 525s there, and then a quick turnaround there. You're seeing that, definitely that turnaround on the downside there, coming back down towards 500. We'll see if this continues to crack. All right, Snap also having a good day today. I'm seeing that one up significantly. Keep that one on radar. Nice little 5-minute chart is pushing on up. Daily has a nice strong. It's trying to come back towards that gap. We'll see if this one can come up and fill the gap. XPEV mentioned in the chat, so I'm taking a look here. Looks like Chinese Auto trying to catch a bounce here at 44.12s. NIO is we catching the bounce there. Let's see it on the daily chart. Looks like a nice reversal. Don't want to see it break through that kind of $32 again to show you that the Chinese autos are coming back, and it is pushing on up there. Ford, nice little fake out at that 19. We talked about this trade last time it went through that level. I'm going to actually look for the breakout through 21. So let's see if we get that breakout now. Now that we had these 3 resistance tries in Ford, can we do the breakout? All right, CrowdStrike being mentioned by Black Jag here. Definitely smash the like, guys. Let me see if we got the likes that we needed to keep going on here. Yes, we're at 416. That's what I wanted to see. If we get to 500, I'll come on Friday and won't leave you guys hanging and probably trade by my own on the side there. But definitely, let's keep going. Let's go. Appreciate you, chat. Unemployment numbers are pretty low. Yeah, we'll definitely take a look. Now, one of the things that's important is the CPI number. That is definitely going to be on the radar. Mitch, drip and drip, drip, drip. They're only one way, Logan. Let's keep it going. I almost bought a Chewbacca Christmas sweater like yours. You should have, Daryl. Come on, man. Got to have the Christmas theme going. The nutcracker here. Got my little tree in the back. I usually have a bigger tree, and I'm in the living room, but I'm in my office now, so had to get myself at least a little tree there, guys. What do you guys think about my Christmas tree? Smash that like. Let's keep it going, guys. All right, let's go. Let's go. So we're going to definitely take a look here at this market. Let's see what's happening here. If we can get this next push on up. There's some stocks that have found a bottom here. I want to go ahead and kind of look to see what is happening in DKNG. Not bad. These stocks kind of catching the bottom there. We'll see if we can get a nice lift there in these. It's up there at 32, but nothing big. Penn also trying to hold that. We'll see if that can continue making moves. All right, guys, let's go. Let's go. Is money supposed to be off? Yes. AB, lovely question there. All right, let's keep going, guys. Bad news, Lucid. Yeah, bad news for sure. If I hear Kramer's voice, I will leave. Not good. He makes me sad. Yeah, don't worry, Kimberly. I agree with you. Let's go ahead. Let me catch up with the chat. What's up? The Christmas branch. Hey, it's a little tree. It's a little tree. It's not a branch, man. Let's keep going. Smash that like. Love it. Good vibes. The only way, man. You guys have a good Christmas out there. I really do wish you guys have a great one, especially with times like this, that you're able to see some family and spend some good times. All right, let's go ahead. Let's look out there. What is going on? What ended up happening? And could we get maybe some moves into the afternoon? Definitely Rad not doing what I wanted it to do, but definitely still holding sideways here. If you look on the 15-minute, it still could break out. It still could push on up there through 1285s and make that next move. WBA is one that I was watching also to relationship with this. So we'll look for this one to kind of push on up there. 5-minute pullback. Can we get that next push on up there with WBA? I do like this kind of look here. Hasn't wanted to come back down towards this 59, but looking to get back on up through there. We'll see if it can get that level. What's up? Thoughts on AMBA? I'll definitely take a look there. Ambarella. This was one of the underlying asset stocks that used to trade with GoPro, but definitely broke that relationship. MBA. Ambarella, nice move there. I like the move there, guys. Nice little push there. As you guys can see, we went sideways right here. Multiple tries to break out. So what I always look for is that rule of 3, right? And so if you can see here, let's go ahead and see if the rule of 3 happened and held here. So let's draw this a little closer. You can actually see here. Draw this line up a little bit better here. Let me make this full screen here. So what we're looking for is for 3 drives and 3 support holds. So 1 drive, support hold, right? And so we can draw the line there. That's the first support hold. It actually doesn't come back towards those levels. That's actually showing you a good sign that you're getting those bounces. It actually starts creating a different support right here at this level. So you start getting that up 1, down 1, up 2, down 2, up 3, holds the support, doesn't even come back to it, and gives you that nice breakout. That's the rule of 3, and we'll see if we can continue. Now, one of the things that I noticed in the rule of 3 in my studying is my rule of 3 might have to do a lot with the Elliott wave theory. So if you guys like me talking about the my rule of 3 and you want to learn a little bit more, I say look more into Elliott wave theory. You might just find what I saw, and I think that's what I was seeing, was I was actually seeing the Elliott wave theory play out. Always got to have the Christmas nugs. Let's go ahead. Let's keep it going, guys. Christmas nugs, CGC, Tilray, Cron, MRMD. Hey, that's why you might be MSOS might be something to take a look at. If we're going to get next year decriminalization, which is what I think, you should take a look at this MSOS. I do like kind of how you have this monthly support right here that is trying to go off of this 25. You had a couple, not a couple. Let's just be honest. This has been pulling back massively. You're talking about You're talking about here 9.4 months, 10 bars down, 52% pullback. Nice little pullback here. I'm looking for this to hold. Maybe it can come to like 24, but I do think it can start pushing on back towards next year. So if you're taking a look at that, hey, who knows? For the Christmas nugs, Quantum. All right, guys. Mitch, do you still keep an eye out on some of the SPACs like PSTH? Warrants are up to date. I don't trade warrants, but I do keep an eye out on SPACs still. I'll take a look at my SPAC watch list. And that's what I usually do. USO being mentioned by Winter Pegs. I can take a look at USO. So we're talking oil here. Definitely trying to catch that bounce there. But this is such a slow trade. I just don't know how to get it. And a lot of gaps on this one. I like to trade more of a day trade on Gush. So this would be the one I'd recommend for me. I like trading Gush a little bit more than kind of trading that USO. But if you like USO, you could also take a look at maybe MRO, Marathon Oil Group. I like how this one trades a little bit better on the daily. So you can see how it's just sideways, but it does kind of start trending upwards. And if you look at the kind of the overall trend, you're still in that upwards trend, looking like you want to push through 17 here. But this is definitely a smaller trade, doesn't move nowhere near as much. End of the day, market imbalance. We'll see if we get that at the end. Nobody talks about trading market imbalances. Yeah, I think it's definitely important. You know, one of the things is you can trade those, especially into the after hours. I've noticed that the market imbalances have really been driving or taking down the market. End of the day, market imbalance. I agree, Quantum. There's definitely a trade there to make. Charge point being mentioned by Eric. Let's take a look. MTTR. I got you. I know that you mentioned that one before. I'll get the charge point right now, Eric. MTTR had been mentioned before. So let me take a look here. So really there's that 27.56 crack that really got me on the downside was this 29.99. And then when we cracked there, we are looking to see if this was going to hold, but that didn't hold. That went right back down towards the next level. I think you did get a couple of drives in MTTR. As long as it can kind of hold this pullback to this kind of prior resistance, it's looking good. So 23 on the downside, we don't want to see break. I just did kind of a pullback A move. Look for a B move, maybe up to 30, then a pullback towards 25, then the lift on up through 35 for that extension continuation move. Charge point CPHT. No, charge point is CHPT, right? There you go. So there you go. There you guys have it. Pulling off their RSI. I do like this pullback here, guys. So let's take a look here off the daily. We're going to look at the RSI. Remember, we want to kind of put horizontal lines on the extremes. So look here. So extremes have been above here, and it hasn't gotten really above that 81 plenty of times. When has that happened? On the breakout here, on the breakout here, on the breakout here. So on the same thing, push here. So nice increases on the trends. Let's look on the downside. What has happened here? So downside extremes would have it closer towards this first tick here where we went down towards 11. You see barely any ticks down there. That's what you want to see. So to me, it got down to those levels. I'm still looking for a little bit more push towards the 11, maybe a little bit of a pullback closer towards the $20 price point, and then you can risk off that $19.66 or maybe the $19 level. I do like this stock, but we're going to look for one more dip down, see if we get that dip, and then the scoop off the 20. And that's charge point. All right, go. Yeah, nice wedge there also. You can see it. We'll definitely do it. Fort Collins for me too. Hey, I'm down south in Springs, so if you guys ever want to meet up, let me know, Jesse. We can maybe do something. I know a prop desk actually in Denver that maybe we can visit. So who knows? Maybe you want to visit, do a little prop desk visit. We could do that. All right, let's go ahead. Let's keep going. What's going on out there, guys? All right, looks like we're getting towards that 11:16. We're about to start wrapping up at 11:30. Did you guys smash that like and keep us going? That's what I wanted to see. Looks like we got past 400. We're at 436. Let's keep it going. We need about 70 likes, 60 likes here to keep me going into Friday. I want to be live with you guys, but let's go ahead. MXL finally moving again. Let's take a look there. All right, let's go ahead. Look at this 1 minute. Look how it's just been sideways trend, but I do like how it's just holding the 5 minute. So I would just call like maybe a 5 minute trend. As long as it can kind of hold here, still in the trend. You're seeing the pullbacks, nice push off of there. So definitely keep your eyes on this one. But it does look like it's holding well there. MXL there. I go to the Springs a lot. Hey, let me know, Rio. All right, let's go ahead. Let's keep going. Facebook officially changes its name this weekend, right? Anyone remember the day that it could be a catalyst? Anyone remember the day that could be a catalyst for the metaverse? Hey, not a bad call there. One stock that I'm going to be watching that was a metaverse play was this VRAR. So look how it's pulled back here with this market pullback that we've had. And if you're telling me that we're going to have a metaverse maybe Monday, hey, not a bad one to keep on watch there. Nice little reversal there at 970s. Needs to hold 10 on pullback. But, hey, infrastructure stock, definitely a VR play. So we'll see what happens with this VRAR. Hey, there's a lot of metaverse plays. I think I gave a whole list out once on Money Mitch. So definitely stick to it. Thoughts on Tesla, Abram? Well, I've been wrong on Tesla at least today. It did hold its gains, but now it's starting to break down. Didn't really kind of push on up there. We're going to look for a pullback towards VWAP. Looks like the market is starting to turn around here. We're starting to get that kind of turned down here. So we'll see what happens in these kind of stocks that kind of pushed on up. But definitely Tesla's starting to break down there. But really, when you look at it, what has it done today? Just sideways day. You just don't want to see it end red. It's kind of still in the green right now. It opened at 1035. So let's see if it goes and closes into the red. All right, let's go ahead. Let's do it. All right, let's see what's going on out there. I want you guys to last little push here. Definitely, you guys hit that subscribe button if you haven't done so before. Definitely would appreciate you guys doing so. Let's go ahead, smash that subscribe, keep it going here on Benzinga Live Trading, and we'll do this every single day, guys. All right, what's your thought on ATVI, says Jack. ATVI has been really in the struggle, but we'll use the RSI indicator to show us if we're starting to get towards those oversold period times. So you can rewind here, and you can see that extremes have taken us below this 12 before, and we're starting to see that reversal. So you are starting to see that kind of nice price confirmation here, getting up there through the 60s. I would look to see if on a down day, does the RSI move up or down? Pay attention to that. You're seeing this elastic starting to curl and push on up. So it could be time to start dipping your toes in ATVI, but you could get another dip down. That's what I would look for, and then look for the nice push up through the 60s. 60s is going to be an important price point on the upside. All right, let's keep going. What is going on out there, guys? It just started kind of just freezing up here. Nothing big moving right now. We'll see what happens. Have a good day, all. There you go, Buzz. Up next, we're going to be going into Benzinga Live, guys, up in about 9 minutes here. A little bit lower than 9 minutes. We're going to be getting to Benzinga Live. And on that show, you guys will get some trade ideas. You guys will get some option traders. Yes, I'm not the biggest option trader, so if you want to learn some options today, I think Robert Roy is going to be on. He's awesome to listen to, especially when it comes into options. All right, Rublox being mentioned by Joey. Fibonacci. Let's take a look. Rublox is pulling back here. You know what? Since your last name is Fib, why don't we do the Fibs on Roblox? All right, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna look for the breakout to continue here. Let's actually draw it from. You can either draw it from above at that gap, but I would draw it from the move. So if we look here and we drew it from that first move on up, got a price extreme right here that we're trying to hold. Looks like we're trying to hold this 61.8 pullback, which is at around this 103. So that's definitely what I'd want to see hold on that pullback, at least for the continuation move. And what we want to see is that action on the downside, right? So you got one action on the downside, two actions on the downside, three actions. I would actually look for a fourth to try to break down here. Try to cut through that low that you're seeing on this chart, and then look for that lift through 130. We'll see if we get that in Rublox. If we take a look here at the RSI, you are starting to turn around to it. So you want to maybe catch the bottom near here to this 30 and see if it catches there and then starts trending right back on up. We'll see what happens on this one. This is Rublox RBLX. And for it, 27 would be kind of more of a look where it's in oversold territory. We'll see if it gets that push right on back up. And you can see how the curling effect of this elastic is starting to do. You want it to pull back, hold maybe at 110, and then take out 120 on the bounce back. What's up? What's up out there? Yeah, it's been a long day, that's for sure. It looks like M wants more upside. Macy's, let's take a look there. Macy's, I was talking about this one on Money Mitch, thinking that this one could catch a bounce. The one that was scary too is DDDS. This one has come down towards 250 from above 400. So when this one squeezes up there, it could squeeze hard there. Be careful. But Macy's trying to find a bottom there at 28. Looks like we were bottoming out here at 27, but we definitely need to start pushing back. We'll see if we get that lift. All right, let's go ahead. We're going to go ahead and start wrapping up here. It's 11:23. We'll get you over to Benzinga Live. I hope you guys enjoyed the day and enjoyed trading. Like always, guys, we're not always going to be 100% on point, but that's not what this is about, guys. Sometimes, you guys are going to see me come in, and sometimes you're going to have to just kind of like burn that trading idea, because at the end of the day, not all trading ideas are going to work out. And that's what this show is really all about. It's about learning process. So I want you guys to keep battling out there and keep working on your skills, because we're going to keep working here and getting to that next level. All right, like always, guys, press that like button. Support us as we support you guys. We want to keep doing this 100% free, but we need you guys to support us, smashing up that like button. All right, that's what's up, Miss Whitehorse. I hope you have a good day. Richard, have a good day. Quantum, have a good day. Love to see you guys in the chat. Alex Sanchez, Hex, Eric, Jay. Appreciate you guys hanging out with us. Noah, Gene. That's what it's all about, guys. So let's keep going. Let's keep pushing. Yes, there is going to be some battles here. We're not always going to be in the green, but definitely today, not a bad day for the market overall. Starting to turn around, and we'll see what happens with the CPI number, but definitely a good day overall for the market. You're seeing technology up big. Technology in that sector, data storage making a big move. This is QMCO. We'll see if that can keep moving. Solar bouncing back today. Software application bouncing back. And the industry that I told you to watch, which was software and infrastructure. So let's see. Where's my software and infrastructure? There you go. What did I say? Take a look at the big boys. Microsoft up today, 2%. Adobe, I said we want to see Adobe up, not down. 4% up today. Oracle, 1.3% up today. Square up today. So be careful into the close with these, but definitely at the open, you got that day trade again that happened yesterday that really pushed on up, and we'll see if these can kind of continue moving. CrowdStrike, interesting stock there. 5-minute chart. It's just way too tight, though. You want to see a little bit more of a range there in that chart, but definitely some interesting days for these tech stocks. Even Hood catching the bounce today. We'll see what happens. Healthcare going sideways now. We'll see if that can continue making the move. ELEV was a stock that I gave that I saw breakouts, trying to find some support now and maybe make another attempt for a breakout. You'd want to see the volume increase into the push, but this one would definitely try to make a breakout. This is ELEV. Let's take a look at the daily. It is trying to catch a support. This one has been on a downturn, so just be careful. This has been a falling knife. All right, guys, going to go ahead and start wrapping up here. 11:27. Smash up. Nice job. SPAC to watch. DCRC. Yeah, definitely. DCRC is the battery play, right? Decarbonize, or is this kind of recycling play? I might be wrong on that one. I need my Chrysopedia, man. But definitely bouncing off that 11, getting back up there. Definitely into play. One day keep on watch. You try to get through these levels before, and you couldn't get through them before. So I'm going to be looking at that price point. $13 is when I'll get super excited for that push through. We'll see if we can get that lift. All right. So other than that, looking at the consumer cyclicals to see how that did today. Looks like some luxury goods, specialty retail bouncing back. With that bounce back, I would look at maybe OSDK bouncing back. Yep. Coming down towards those levels. We'll see if we can get that nice push on up through 90 in the next couple of days. And BBIG. I know that you guys were trading this one earlier. Ryan was talking about it. It did nice push out. Now pulling back. We'll see if we get that next run through 3. There was a big seller at 3. We pushed through, but eventually came back through that level. Let's see if we get that next lift on up through 3. Peace out. What's up? You guys have a great one. Like always, guys, keep working at the skills. Apple, did I miss something? Did they do a deal with the Chinese? Hey, I'll take a look at that. I'm not exactly sure. DOCU, RSI, gotta be oversold. Let's take a look there. DOCU. DOCU is trying to push back here. Let's take a look at the daily chart. Looks like it's trying to get down there to those levels. You see the price extremes right here. Definitely some extremes that you're in there. One of the things that you can point at is that you went down here, right? You bounced a little bit. Look for this next one to not break that low. You don't want it to break that 986 because that's still showing you that it's still getting pushed down. It hasn't been here before, but then again, you haven't had that down move from, let's say, up there, 230s all the way down towards 150. No one expected to see that. So look for maybe a pushback to 187, but definitely in an extreme oversold territory, but still hasn't caught too much of a bounce there. One thing to point also is this hasn't really crossed over to the upside. This is still looking like it's still on the downside move there. DOCU. Smash up, DOCU earnings dip. Yeah, it wasn't an earnings dip, definitely. Make Roblox go up, says Mike Boat. I don't think I could do that, man. I don't have that kind of money, but we'll see what happens on that one. I do like the trade. I think it could come back to 110, hold there, and eventually rip through 120s. Definitely 120s on the upside. We'll see if this can continue making moves. All right. Like always, guys, we're going to do this every single day. Not always are we going to go bullish. Not always are we going to go short. We're going to keep pushing and getting to the next level. If you started streaming until 11, you probably won't watch halftime report. Yeah, definitely. You don't want to watch halftime report. Let's just be honest. I think I can find you more stocks that are moving than, let's say, CNBC. That I can. If I can't do that, guys, let me know. I'm not doing my job. Let's keep going. Definitely. Up next, you guys got Benzinga Live TV. We're going to go ahead and bring you on over. Today was one of those days where, it was a tough market out there,
But you won't stop.
It was a tough market. There's going to be haters out there, but we're going to keep battling here, guys. That's the only thing we know. So up next, you got Benzinga Live. I'm going to bring some little dramaticness into that. Hope we got that redirect set. Let me just make sure. Didn't see the stream this morning. Yes, we are ready to go. So up next, Benzinga Live. Get on over, guys. I want to see you there. Until next time, Benzinga Live. And come tomorrow to the small cap event, guys. We're going to be there. We're just going to go ahead. And what we're going to do is we're going to trade in the chat. So if you want to come to this small cap event and you don't know what it's about, check it out.